or lose, we're going to walk out of this stadium tonight with our heads held high.
That is amazing. Wow, what a game.
Oh, my.
Unbelievable.
One more for the record books.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
At the buzzer, knocks it down.
Pick is up. Yes. He made it. Yes. Reverse layup is good with 5 seconds left.
Put 6 on my stat. First title in program history.
Being an in-state kid, everything that I wanted in the school was right at home.
Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss. He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it.
At the buzzer. Wow. It's good. Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a conference championship game in the Badger Small tonight on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Good evening and welcome to historic Breese Stevens Field, where the Edgewood Crusaders and the Sauk Prairie Eagles will do battle tonight. If Edgewood can come away with the victory this evening, they will finish with a perfect regular season and the lone champion of the Badger Small Conference. If Sauk Prairie can come away with the upset victory, they would force a 3-way tie between Edgewood, Sauk Prairie, and Mount Horeb-Barneveld for the first place in the Badger Small Conference. Good evening, I'm Hunter Vaughn. Here with me, the man, the myth, the legend, the dean of area high school sports, Dennis Summerow. Dennis, talking to some of the people here at Edgewood today as they host Sauk Prairie, they're incredibly excited for this game. This would be potentially it will be for them no matter what, but their first conference title since 2005 and just the 4th one in football.
Well, first conference title since 1981, actually.
Oh, well, from Al Minert, that was
for Edgewood. I'm sorry, for Edgewood. Yeah, I was thinking for Sauk. Yeah,
for Sauk, yes, 1981.
I'm watching Sauk out here right now, so I'm kind of.
I don't think Al would be lying to Aiden
No.
Voss.
I'm sorry. I'm watching Sauk here. I thought we'd start talking about Sauk. So, Al would be the source on that one.
Yep.
And you look at an Edgewood team that they've played games in 8 different places this year. It's only the second time they played here at Breese Stevens, which is their home field, so to speak. They were at their own school for a 4 o'clock Friday game. They've had a game at Badger Ridge, the old Verona field, Monona Grove, and was it Lucier? Was the other one?
Probably.
The Edgewood campus, Monona Grove, and Badger Ridge. Those are the 3, besides this one, number 4.
Yeah, they are looking to complete a perfect season going 9-0. They currently sit at 8-0 and have a 1-game lead in the Badger Small.
We say if they win, excuse me, Mount Horeb-Barneveld has Portage.
Well, this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Now, Dennis, I know your son went to Edgewood. You don't have to get so emotional about it here and get choked up if them winning this conference
I've been
title.
fighting a cold off all day. I've been in bed, so I'm trying to take one for the team here right now. So voice is going to be a little rocky tonight, but my son graduated from Edgewood in 2013, But also, I've been writing the game stories for Sauk Prairie all year long. For the first 8 games, I've covered them for the last 10 years pretty much, besides Middleton and Mount Horeb. So I know these guys pretty well. Went from an 0-8 season, 0-9 Randy Wallace's first year, to 2-7, 4-5, 5-4, and then they lost in the playoffs to finish 5-5, and now 6-2. Tremendous strides for this program. And I was watching number 64 walk by. Jake Buckles was one of our UW Credit Union Student Athletes of the Week. Coach Wallace credits Jake and his class for. Now, Jake came in as a freshman, had to play.
Yep.
Started in the offensive line. He's a 4-year starter there, 3-year starter in the D-line. He kind of set the culture and his classmates. It's a small senior class of 11, but this group has really endured an awful lot over the 4 years. And for them to be able to make the playoffs is 2 years in a row is fantastic. To be in position to win a conference title, shoot for the moon.
Yep, absolutely, and that'd be massive. Not only for them to be able to win a share of the conference title with a victory here today, but it looks as though if they can win here today, there's a chance they would also get a home game in the playoffs, which was something that head coach Randy Wallace told us they haven't done since 2005. So you're looking at 20 years since Sauk Prairie has been able to host a home playoff game. That's huge just for the community itself to be able to play or be there for their team and not having to travel and follow this team. This team's made the playoffs over those 20 years, but they haven't had the chance to host a playoff game.
In 2007, they were 5-5. From that point until last year, they never won more than 4 games. It was usually 1, 2, or 3 most years. 2005, they ended up 9-2. They were second in the conference, 5-1, and they ended up in level 2. Lost to Menominee 17-7 in that game. So it's been a long time. It's like before the players were born, before some of their parents were born. The last time they won a conference title in '81. But again, you look at, hey, it's Friday night. We'll play. They've had 2 tough games this year. Holman, that just 2 years in a row, they were not able to solve that triple option. They figured things out, and they came back and routed Beaver Dam. And then they lost in the second half. They had a great first half against Mount Horeb-Marnerville. Got outscored 43-10 in the second half, but have bounced back from that to get a couple of back-to-back wins here over Portage and Stoughton and put themselves in position. That's it. They said, okay, after that loss, guys, hey, we went out and we get some help from Edgewood, and Edgewood gave them some help last week, beating Mount Horeb-Barneveld. And that, by the way, Edgewood snapped a 30-game conference winning streak.
Yeah,
that's huge.
It's been the year of snapped conference winning streaks. Both Verona and Edgewood having long, multiple-year conference winning streaks being snapped this year. And you mentioned that game against Stoughton last week for Sauk. They won that game 24-0. They only allowed as a defense 20 yards rushing and 64 passing yards in that game to Stoughton. So this defense, they're clicking on all cylinders at the perfect time. But they're going to have their hands full here this evening as they will be taking on a great offense led by senior quarterback Gannon Bagstad for Madison Edgewood. And he's been a 4-year starter for them. We talked to head coach Jesse Norris just a few weeks ago about his growth and just putting in the work not only as a player but in the weight room and everything that he does. This is a really, really dangerous offense for Edgewood, especially now that they have Carter Soma back as well.
Yeah, he had a game where he was 7-7. He had 5 touchdown passes back in September. You look at, I don't know, maybe the coaches having to vote for conference quarterback of the year between Brooks Hendrickson at Mount Horeb-Barneveld and Gannon Bagstad. And then you look at Caden Hermsdorf, and he's coming in, actually leads the team in rushing, 545 yards, averaging 6.8 a carry. Sat out last week, took a shot on his knee in the Portage win. And they thought, okay, let's see if we can get through the Stoughton win. Drew Thompson, a sophomore quarterback who was in the mix to try it. Now he and another sophomore will be battling for the starting role next year. Jude struggled in the first half. He ended up with 3 interceptions. But the guys talked to him at halftime. The seniors said, hey, we believe in you. Just go out and just manage the game. Don't try to do too much. And they ended up getting a shutout win. But again, their defense, we had the 2 bad outings against Mount Horeb-Barneveld and against Holman, but otherwise they've been lights out pretty much all year.
That's also, too, I think that's something where those 2 bad outings, putting air quotes on them, Dennis, Holman has a chance to be playing at Camp Randall here in 5 weeks. Mount Horrid-Barneveld, kind of the same thing. They have a chance to make a deep run, if nothing else, again in the playoffs.
It wasn't like they lost to a 2-7 team, right? Yeah.
We're counting down to the opening kickoff between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders. If Edgewood wins, they finish with an undefeated 9-0 record and their 4th conference title in school history. And then the Sauk Prairie Eagles looking for their first conference title since 1981. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Sauk Prairie Eagles, Randy Wallace, as he joined Dennis and I earlier this week on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, as this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Is your home ready for a makeover? At Wanakee Remodeling, we specialize in exterior transformations that turn heads. New siding, flawless decks, and windows that shine. Our team delivers top quality craftsmanship with unbeatable warranties, ensuring your home stands strong and stunning for years to come. Call Wanakee Remodeling today at 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com. Schedule your free estimate and let us bring your vision to life. Wanakee Remodeling, building beauty that lasts.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Hey, this is Hunter. Reveal by Tacticam was created for hunters by hunters. We're the leader in cellular trail cameras, and we're committed to making every hunt smarter, easier, and more rewarding. Whether you're filling your freezer or taking a trophy buck. Head to Tacticam.com to check out the full lineup of cellular trail cameras and power management accessories and see why thousands of hunters trust Reveal. That's TACTACAM.com. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're counting down to the opening kickoff between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders. It's now time for our Midwest Financial Group Coaches Profile. The lineup at Midwest Financial Group consists of coaches for your financial world, organizing the players on your personal team. Behind every great team is a great coach. Let the Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. Earlier this week, the head coach of the Sauk Prairie Eagles, Randy Wallace, joined the dean and I to talk about this game as well as how the season is going for the Sauk Prairie Eagles. So now we hear a portion of that interview from earlier this week with Randy Wallace. Randy, thank you so much for taking the time to join Dennis and I here this evening.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Last year, we finished off our season covering this same game between you and the Edgewood Crusaders. Last year, it was a game we thought it was going to be a game here for who would get into the playoffs. Both you and Edgewood ended up getting into the playoffs, so shows what I know when it comes to trying to schedule out games. But now this year, a chance for a share of the conference title. So the stakes just go up and up when it comes to you guys playing Edgewood. Is that something you've talked to your guys about at all this week coming into the game?
Yeah, definitely. We talked about last year's game. We talked about how important it was for those guys to come through. We were a very senior-led team last year, so we have a lot of younger guys this year that got to experience some of that, but have stepped up. And we've really talked about just enjoy this week, because we haven't been in a position to go for a conference title or a share of it since 1981. So that's like 40 some years. So there's really, some cool stuff going on. Just really talk to these guys about just enjoy the week, enjoy the prep, and just, it's another game. Just come ready to fight. And it's cool to be in a situation going into week 9 that you're still playing for something.
Now you look at when you first came in, 0-9, it was back-to-back winless seasons. Every year there's been this steady improvement. But you talk about the seniors. You said you'll be happy when you got 20 or 25 out there. But you want to talk about the group of seniors you have now that started out with you that first year when you ended up with, a 2-7 season, but how they've built and how they've led this team.
Yeah, this senior class, freshman year, I think that was the year that Jake Buckles came in, and he kind of broke the mold of, hey, we're going to start changing this program, and he became a starter as a freshman, which was unheard of in our program prior to that. And through then, his class has just joined him each year. His sophomore year, like Riley Jada came in and Caden Hermsdorf, so we started getting a lot of role players early, so they got a lot of experience early in their playing careers. And I think we went 2-7 and then 4-5, and then last year ended up going 5-4. So they've got a lot of quality minutes over the years and built a lot of trust in each other. And coming into this year, honestly, didn't know what I was going to have because we lost so many seniors, but this class has really stepped up. I think I got 11 seniors out this year. Our numbers are dwindled, but I got 11 guys that are committed, and they're in their fight in every single play they possibly can, and they've really changed the culture of this football program.
We're joined by Randy Wallace, the head coach of Sauk Prairie. Randy, something that I like to do when it's the first time that we've had a coach on, maybe in a while, or the first time that has made an appearance here with Dennis and I on this show, is when fans leave Breese Stevens Field on Friday night, other than hopefully saying conference champions or winners, what are 3 words that you want fans to describe the Sauk Prairie team that they watched out on that field?
Ooh, that's a good one. Good. I've got me on the spot here. Definitely, I want them to walk off and just know that we came together as a team, so we're committed to each other. We're fun. And really, a big push is we're a family, so I can tell that we're close-knit and we care about each other. So just fun, committed, and a family.
After your team gave up 57 points to Mount Horeb Barneveld in that 57-24 loss to them, your team responded, only giving up 14 points in a 31-14 win against Portage, and then you shut out Stoughton this last week, 24-0. What has it been about the players or anything maybe schematically that you guys changed up after a tough defensive outing? I would definitely think you'd agree with saying on that you guys have done to only allow 14 points the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, I hadn't even looked at that because I know we just looked at wanting to rebound from the second half of the Mount Horeb game. Had a great first half there. In second half, they made some adjustments. We didn't make the adjustments, and they came out and played great football and made the big plays. And from there, we just kind of went back. Coach K and Coach O just looked at everything and made some changes. We added another wrinkle to our defense that we hadn't had. We took some things out of our defense. So as essentially we kind of simplified things, yet made ourselves better. And the kids responded really well. They bought into the wrinkle we put in there, and so far it's carried well. It was I think the Portage game the first time we rolled that out, and then we played more of it last week. So a little more flexibility on the defensive side. For a defense that they gave up a ton of points a few weeks ago, but they really responded back. And looking forward to the challenge this week.
So again, we're talking to the head coach of Sauk Prairie, Randy Wallace, as they get ready for a potential conference title game against the undefeated Edgewood Crusaders this Friday night. We'll be playing at Breese Stevens Field. Dennis and I will be on the call for that one. Our coverage will start at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock for that game. I know a lot of coaches, you guys like to, it's 1 week at a time, 1-0 every week. But looking ahead, looking like your team, you'll get into the postseason, potentially here have a home game for the playoffs. How important is that idea of getting a home playoff game for your guys? You don't have to go on the bus and, go to the other side of the state or anything like that. Is that something that you guys are like, yeah, if we can stay up on that, 4 or up kind of line to get that home playoff game?
I'd be lying to you if I told you I hadn't talked about it, because that's, obviously being in a position to play for a championship for the first time since 1981. And then the fact that has not been a home playoff game since 2005. So we're looking at 20 years, it means a lot to get that opportunity to have a home football game for us, a playoff game, and, get our community involved. Our community has stepped up. The school district has stepped up. So it's really cool just to see the way everyone's responded. So, just a reward to everyone else who's been helping our program be successful, to be able to be on our home turf and have that game. We're going to spend the last 2 weeks. We started the season with 4 of our first 5 games at home, and we finished on the season with, 3 out of 4 games on the road. So it'll be nice to be home.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time again to join us this evening, and good luck on Friday night against Edgewood.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
That was the head coach of the Sauk Prairie Eagles, Randy Wallace. Dennis, now let's talk about the head coach for the Edgewood Crusaders, Jesse Norris.
Yeah, Jesse is 8th season here as head coach of the Crusaders. 41-33 record. He is the 9th year overall as a head coach, native of Lima. What do you pronounce it? Lima?
I believe it's Lima,
Ohio. Yeah, he played wide receiver linebacker at Hillsdale College. He was a 3-time academic All-American, so being at Edgewood, which emphasizes academics, is a good fit for him. He coached at Culver Stockton College and his alma mater at Shawnee High School in Lima, Ohio. Landed a head football coaching job at Plantation High School in Florida for a year before he moved up here. He was hired to succeed Hall of Fame coach Al Minert at Edgewood following the 2017 season. His wife's from Dodgeville, so that's one of the reasons he wanted to come up to Wisconsin, so getting close to her family. And we've had Coach Norris and Coach, Brett from Mount Hor Barneville together for our preseason every year.
St. Arnold.
St. Arnold. So, and Jesse's very good, so we really appreciate all his help over the years, and he's done a great job, and right now looking for a perfect regular season.
That is what the Edgewood Crusaders are looking for. Again, that was your Midwest Financial Group coaches' profiles as we're counting down to the opening kickoff between the Edgewood Crusaders and the Sauk Prairie Eagles. When we come back, we'll have our keys to the game as this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're also brought to you by Reveal by Tacticam. It was created for hunters by hunters, but it wasn't created by this hunter. They're the leader in cellular trail cameras. Check out the full lineup of cellular trail cameras and power management accessories at Tacticam.com and see why thousands of hunters trust Reveal. That's Tacacam.com. Tacticam.com. When we come back, the keys to the game between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play. We help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Counting down to the opening kickoff between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. I'm Hunter Vaughn, along with me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow, as the Edgewood Crusaders take the field here on senior night in the last game of the regular season. It's now time, Dennis, for our Zimbrick Honda keys to the game. Let's start with the visitors and the Sauk Prairie Eagles. What are their 3 keys to the game today?
Yeah, number 1, limit penalties and mistakes. Had 3 turnovers on interceptions the last game, but we were able to overcome that. Hopefully 1 or less tonight. Establish the run game. It's been pretty big with Gibbs and Jadak. Wide Gibbs and Riley. Jadak a good 1-2 punch. And that allows their quarterback, Caden Hermsdorf, to get in space. And I've never seen a guy get more yards rushing on the sidelines with fakes and everything else. He really extends plays. And control, on the other side, control quarterback, Gannon Bagstad. You're going to see 2 of the best dual-threat quarterbacks we're going to see this year. And whoever wins that battle will win it. And then switching over to keys for Sauk, for Edgewood, it was Sauk, contain Hermsdorf, right?
Yep.
We just said. Establish the run to get their playmakers in space, and particularly Ben Morey, one of the best receivers in the state, and dominate special teams play. We saw a punt return and a kickoff return for touchdowns the last time we were here 2 weeks ago.
Those are your Zimbrick Honda's keys to the game, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda's been a part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations, one on Fish Hatchery Road and the other on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda-certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires at Zimbrick Honda? Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for how much, Dennis?
$1.
That's right, just $1. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. We'll take another break for the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be the opening kickoff between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders. Winner wins the Badger Small Conference. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. 1 call, that's all. I will always trust 1 call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. 1 call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's Urgent Care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. I'm Hunter Vaughn. With me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow. Dennis, final thoughts here before we get to the opening kickoff of this one between Sauk Prairie and Edgewood.
Well, we saw some explosions on defense in special teams for Edgewood the last time. Be interesting to see who gets the edge there. When we heard with Stoughton, Edgewood started the whole first half in Stoughton territory. If Sauk Prairie wants to win the game, they're going to have to turn that around and keep their defense play well, so the offense starts with good field position of its own.
The Sauk Prairie Eagles will be kicking off to the Edgewood Crusaders. As Sauk Prairie's in their road white uniforms with black helmets along with black numbers. And then Edgewood will be in their home all black jerseys and pants with gold numbers and white trim and then white helmets. Kicking off for Sauk Prairie will be Caleb Breinig, the junior. He's also a wide receiver and will handle the kicking and punting for the Eagles. And then back to return will be Cash Soma along with Ben Morey back for the Crusaders.
Another key in this game will be both kickers putting the ball in the end zone, making the offenses start on the 20. Breinig's done a better job of that the last 3 or 4 weeks for Sauk, and Kelly has done a good job doing that as well. He's put 13 kickoffs in the end zone.
Breinig sends this one away. Soma's going to get this back at his own 5. Cash Soma down the right sideline. He's got some blockers near midfield. Soma at the 50, the 40, finally brought down at the 30. Cash Soma with a huge return to set up the Edgewood Crusaders in great field position to start this game.
Let me just say, special teams are special for Sauk this year, but not more so for Edgewood. We saw Soma 2 weeks ago. Here he goes, picks up where he left off.
And Cash Soma averaging 38 yards a return, showing exactly why there. Getting it all the way down to the 28. 1st and 10 for Edgewood. Play action on the first play. Bagstad has pressure coming.
Sack.
He fumbles the ball, though. He's brought down for a sack. Edgewood's able to fall on it. But Caleb Chetwood, the defensive tackle, one of the 2 linemen who were able to get into the backfield right away.
Hale Rickers, is it the right tackle? Yeah, he was able to come up with that loose ball. But great sack for Sauk on the first play.
That backs up Edgewood to the 37 for a 2nd down and long, 2nd down and 17. Bagstad in the gun, handing it off to Carter Soma. And Carter Soma upended. No gain. Gage Davis there on the stop for the Eagles. So a big return. Sets up Edgewood with great field position, but they have gone backwards. It's now 3rd down and 17.
Davis recovered a block punt in the end zone against Lakeside Lutheran. Stepped in for all conference linebackers, played pretty well this season.
Bagstad dropping back to throw, throwing it deep over the middle, diving, and it's in and out of the hands of Cash Soma. Just barely out of the reach of his intended receiver. It's 4th down and 17.
Tough play. Double coverage there, but almost got it through.
They'll be kicking this from the 37, or the line of scrimmage is back at the 37. So Will Kelly standing back at the 50 to punt.
Oh.
And it's a high snap, then a line drive kick that bounces, takes an Edgewood bounce, and rolls down inside the 5. It was Wyatt Gibbs who was back there, and he just got away from it as soon as that was a line drive kick. Somehow made it through all the traffic with that.
Would have been a nice one to pick up and go with, but you don't want to fumble one back there either. So it's a good decision to let it go. So Sauk gets a 3 and out on the Edgewood offense. See what Edgewood can do now. Pin Eagles back inside the 5, just at the 5.
At the 5-yard line for a 1st and 10 with 10:19 to go in this first quarter. It's a handoff over to the left side. Breaking through tackles is Wyatt Gibbs. Falling forward up to the 15. They'll pick up a 5, maybe 6 yards on first down. And that looked like it was going to be maybe a yard, maybe 2, but then he was just able to keep breaking through tackles.
Gibbs the guy you want to get outside. He's good on the edge. Riley Jadak is starting defensive end, and the other back, he's more of a power guy up the middle, but Gibbs showed some good strength on that one.
First down, so that was actually a 10-yard carry, excuse me. It's fakes the handoff. Hermsdorf gets down the sideline, stays in bounds, stumbling forward all the way down to the 50. There's a flag, though, that comes in. So Caden Hermsdorf rolling out. Able to get a big chunk, but there's going to be a holding penalty that's going to back up Sauk Prairie.
So he made it out to the 43, and the hold will go from there. So there'll be a 28-yard run, and then the 10-yard penalty puts it back on the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33 for Sauk after that Caden Hermsdorf scramble.
See what I mean? When he gets to the sideline, Hermsdorf, with a pump fake or whatever, he's able to get guys up off their feet.
Hermsdorf on first down. Throws it off on the RPO. Able to make a man miss was Breinig. And then he's brought down at the 35. A pickup of 2 off of the RPO.
Smart decision on that one. I don't think Hermsdorf would have gotten too far on it.
Well, especially you mentioned he had that little bit of a knee aggravation, so he missed a game here this season, so probably not going to want to try and take too many hits. I know he had that long run there, but I'm sure as soon as he felt like he wasn't going to get any more yards, he would have slid down. 2nd down and 8 after the pass. Pitch to the near side to Gibbs. Gibbs fighting forward. Gets himself close to the 40. They'll mark him down at the 37. Excuse me, the 38.
It's the one aspect of their offense that's really improved this year is the run game. They started out really struggling the first couple of games. Gibbs was a secondary player last year. Started the year at wide receiver. They moved him to the backfield, and then Jadak, and ever since then they've been able to run the ball well over 100 yards every game. And we got.
Yeah, and there's going to be.
Offsides, or do we have motion? Nope, it looks like you're pointing at the. The official in front of us, pointed toward Edgewood. There it is, 5 yards offsides.
Yeah, that was an offsides penalty. That's going to be enough for a first down. And Dennis, I noticed something there from the official with the bright pink flag instead of an orange or the yellow flag for the breast cancer awareness. So that's something for us to watch out for here tonight. Don't look for a yellow flag out there. Look for hot pink.
That's right. That's a couple weeks that Sauk's last game was pink out night, homecoming night, and senior night. That's the first time I saw pink everything.
Inside 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hermsdorf looking to throw over to the near side. He wanted Caldwell. That was just out of his reach and incomplete.
He's got the best name. First name is Blaze.
Yeah.
And he is one of the fastest guys on the team.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. If your first name is Blaze,
you better be fast.
Yeah, you have to be fast. You have to be a skill position guy. You can't be like a lineman.
Blaze of glory.
I guess, but still, I expect
right.
speed.
Yeah. And he has not disappointed this year.
Low snap to Hermsdorf, able to get it on the handoff to Gibbs. He's going to have
nice.
enough for the first down and then a few more yards. Wyatt Gibbs right now tearing up this Crusaders defense. Again, if you're joining us a little bit late, Edgewood looking for a perfect 9-0 season, and they would have sole possession of first place then and win the Badger Small Conference. If Sauk Prairie wins, it forces a three-way tie between Sauk Prairie, Edgewood, and Mount Horeb-Barneveld, so then all three would get a conference crown.
Yeah, Edgewood started out last week down 13-0 in the first quarter, so
it's a handoff to Gibbs again this time, and he's finally stopped by the front seven of the Crusaders. Hezzy Teague, defensive end in this 3-3-5 defense of the Crusaders, they're on the stop. They did give him a gain of 1. Second down and 9. We're down to 6:50 and counting in the first quarter. Edgewood had the ball first, got the ball all the way down on the opening kickoff to the 30, but then went backwards from there and had to punt the well away. And now Sauk Prairie with a pitch to Gibbs. Gibbs down the sideline, lowers his shoulder into a defender, has another first down.
Second team all-conference defensive back last year, so he's not afraid of contact. One of their leading tacklers a year ago, and now it's on the other side trying to avoid tackles, but he didn't avoid that one. He went right at him.
Oh, and Wyatt Gibbs, that senior running back, he's like, I want a conference title. Sauk Prairie hasn't won the conference title since 1981. Looking for their first one since. Hermsdorf in the pistol. Another low snap, sprint out to the right. Hermsdorf's going to take off and run with it, and he's able to pick up a few yards and scamper out of bounds.
Hermsdorf on the keeper, ushered out of bounds by DK Krantz.
Clock will stop with 6:03 to go. This drive started all the way back on Sauk Prairie's own 5-yard line. This is just their first drive of the game. We're down to 6:03 to go in the first quarter.
They had a couple of these. They had a 17-play drive against Holman earlier in the year that they got nothing out of, which ended up hurting them because the rest of the game they managed no offense. So they like these long drives to open the game.
Hermsdorf hands it off to Gibbs, dancing around and falls forward, gets himself inside the 15. The pickup of 4 yards down to the 14 for Wyatt Gibbs. Still scoreless here in the first quarter, just the first drive of the night for Sauk Prairie. Now Riley Jadak coming in at running back for the Eagles.
He's their power guy.
Jadak will get the handoff, and he is met in the backfield and spun down for maybe a gain of a yard.
Sauk does have a good field goal kicker. Caleb Breinig, 4 of 5. His long has been 36. But
which would need to be the 19 here, which and they're down to the 14, so this is field goal range with 5 minutes to go, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Caleb Breinig.
Looks like a 36-yard attempt.
Yep, he's 4 of 5 on the season. And he is a lefty kicker, so with the ball on this near hash mark, should be a good spot for him. Ball is down, it's up, and it is through the uprights and good. The Sauk Prairie Eagles take their opening drive from their own 5-yard line, march it down the field, and able to put points on the board with 4:43 to go in the first quarter. So Dennis, this feels like a win for Sauk if they can just get points on any drive here this evening. Given how good the offense is, they ate up clock, able to keep the Edgewood offense off the field and then get themselves down the field there for just any points.
Yeah, that's the advantage when you got a kicker. You put some points up, you don't have to go for it. Full risk turning the ball over on downs. That was a 12-play, 81-yard drive, covered 5:36 off the clock. And better yet now, Edgewood gets the ball back only just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So that's Sauk's plan, to be able to, if they can run the ball effectively tonight against this Edgewood defense, Edgewood could be in for a long night. You want to keep the ball away. And Edgewood's first drive was a 3-and-out. And coming after that long kickoff return, that's kind of demoralizing here. Get no points out of that.
It'll be Maury and Cash Soma again back to return. Soma had a huge return to open up the game, getting the ball all the way down to the 30 of Sauk Prairie. We'll see if they kick to Soma this time. This is going to be a high kick that goes into the end zone for a touchback. And that's got Sauk Prairie, who's already fired up, having a 3-0 lead, even more excited now with that touchback.
Yeah, that's so for Breinig, 44 kickoffs. That's his 15th into the end zone. 15 times the team's got to start on the 20.
Which, at the high school level, anytime you can make your opponent go 80-plus yards on a drive, you take that as a win. Second drive of the night for Gannon Bagstad and the Crusaders offense. They went 3-and-out on their first one. It's a handoff to Soma to the right side. Soma picks up one, maybe two.
Yeah, Sauk Prairie's got a line that's not too big. They only average about 209 pounds, but Jake Buckles, 64 on the left end, first team all-conference last year. And Jadek, the defensive end on the other side, number 9, he was the second team all-conference pick last year. Got a couple of good guys, Llewellyn and Chetwood in the middle. They've been pretty good against the run defense, except for those two games, Holman and
Soma's got an open hole. He lost the ball as he went down. I think they're going to say there's been no signal yet. It looked like he was down, and they will say that he is down. Carter Soma picks up a first down with that big run. 4:01 to go in the first quarter.
That's twice they've put the ball on the turf here and gotten it back.
1st and 10. Soma, another big hole. Soma lowers his shoulder into a defender, picks up 13 on first down. All of a sudden, Carter Soma starting to get some nice running room for Edgewood. Crusaders getting quickly back up to the line this time. They will change up their tempo from time to time. Soma's going to get it again, but this time Soma has nowhere to go. Brian Breinig, the senior linebacker, getting his 12th tackle for a loss on the season with that stop.
Another all-conference. He was first-team all-conference linebacker last year. And Sauk returned 5 players on defense that were all-conference, either first or second team. Honorable mention a year ago, and he was one of them.
Well, and I'll be honest, Dennis, if he's been making plays like that all season long, he's probably going to be all-conference again.
11 tackles for loss and 4 sacks coming into the game tonight.
As a middle linebacker, too. It's not like he's an edge rusher getting those 4 sacks. Quick pass off to Maury to the right side, and Maury is stopped in the backfield and tripped up. Gage Davis, the other inside linebacker for this 4-4 defense of Sauk Prairie.
They're going to mix it up a little tonight. 5-3, 4-4. Right now they're playing a 4-man front.
After back-to-back losses, it's third down and 15. The line of scrimmage at the 43. Bagstad has 3 receivers to the left side. Bagstad looking to throw, goes deep over the middle, and that is going to be over the head. Maury wanted a pass interference, probably should have gotten it as his jersey was tugged from behind, but that is going to be incomplete and 4th down.
The deep referee didn't see it because it was on the other
Yeah,
side
he was
of
being
him.
blocked.
So, when I got away with one. Now this is where Sauk coming in as the underdog. You let the dog hang around long enough, he comes back to bite you in the butt. And right now, Sauk has got the momentum.
Will Kelly will be back to punt. And this one is blocked, picked up by Edgewood. So great starting field position after a blocked punt by Sauk Prairie. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sauk Prairie Eagles at the Edgewood 39. They took their first drive that started at their own 5-yard line, got it down to the 14, and then Caleb Breinig kicked a 31-yard field goal to give them their 3-0 lead. 2:03 to go in the first quarter. Hermsdorf looking to pass, rolling to his right, has a completion to his tight end, a stiff arm. That'll be a pickup of 5, maybe 6 to Christian Patterson, the sophomore tight end. And they will give him 5 yards on that completion.
Patterson came in with 19 catches, averaging just about 10 yards a catch.
Dennis, that felt like a play where Sauk was like, let's see if we can get a good look, take a shot, really just take all the momentum in this game. But Hermsdorf was like, I don't have anybody, I'll just dump it off to my tight end. Wyatt Gibbs gets the handoff on 2nd down. Makes this a shorter 3rd down after a pickup of a couple. We're down to 1:10 to go in the first quarter of action here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. I'm Hunter Vaughn. With me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow.
Sauk Prairie will run the ball here and just taking time off the clock, grinding.
Yep. What the Badgers used to do. Not salty about it at all, Dennis.
The old days.
The good old days. Hermsdorf in the pistol. Handing it off to Gibbs again. Gibbs breaking through, spinning off of tackles. He'll have enough for another 1st down for Sauk Prairie. This is down to the 26.
They're just grinding it out here, and it looks like this could be the last play.
Yeah, we're down to 27 seconds and counting. Hermsdorf will be in the pistol again. Pitches it to Jadak. Cuts up field. Jadak is going to be close to the 1st down marker. Or excuse me, they gave him the 1st down.
Right.
Dylan Krantz brought him down on the play, and so does Tyler Gates.
As the clock winds down, that will do it for the first quarter of action. One of the most exciting 3-0 quarters of action I've ever seen, Dennis. So we had a big kick return, a blocked punt, and we got ourselves a field goal. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter of action here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom. Fish Hatchery Road. Something with room for all your friends, right? These are the people who take good care of you. It's gotta be red, of course. Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
3-0 our score after 1 quarter of action here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're also brought to you by Madison Axe. If you're planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing, Madison Axe is your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. With 8 lanes of axe throwing and interactive games, go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Dennis, thoughts as we're about to start here the second quarter of action?
16-9 plays Sauk over Edgewood, but they've done a lot more with theirs than Edgewood's done with theirs. Again, the ground game right now, that offensive line is clearing space for Gibbs and Jadak.
Hermsdorf looking to throw. He's got Caldwell complete and then stopped as soon as he caught the ball. It's going to get him up to the 20, maybe even inside the 20 into the red zone.
Another first down.
Yep, and that will be another first down. It's down to the 17. Oh, actually, it was a gain of 3, so they needed to get 4. They only got 3, third down and 1. But the power back, Riley Jadak, is in for the Eagles. Hermsdorf hands it off to Jadak. He is met in the backfield and stopped for a loss. Number 54, Chris Lee, the linebacker, came shooting in there. He was coming on the blitz, and no one picked him up for Sauk Prairie.
Yeah, he came in with 7 tackles for loss. Leads the team with 4 forced fumbles. Didn't force one there, but big stop.
That is a loss of 3, backing them up to the 21. 4th down and now 5.
38 yards. Nope, they're going to go for this one.
Yeah, we saw Breinig in the
Nobody going to call
before
timeout.
the game, yeah, and we'll have a timeout for Sauk as they're going to want to talk this one over with 10:31 to go. Up by 3, the Sauk Prairie Eagles taking their first Madison College timeout. So, Dennis, I know I don't ask you this a whole lot when you and I do games together, but if you're head coach Randy Wallace, are you going for this or are you trying the 38-ish yard field goal?
I'd say get some points up on the board right here. They just tried to run their power back. Jadek's been stopped a couple of times here, and I don't think unless they can get the quarterback in space, because I'll tell you, Hermsdorf, they call his number, he might find a way to get a first down for him. But right now you've got Edgewood. Do you want to turn it over without any points, give them some momentum? And no, they're going to go for the field goal. Let's get the points up on the board, make it still a one-possession game. 6-0 is better than 3-0.
This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt for Caleb Breinig. His long on the season is 36. He hit a 31-yarder in the first quarter. Ball is down. It's an end-over-end kick, and that is right down East Wash. The field goal is good, a 37-yarder, and it's a 6-0 lead for Sauk Prairie with 10:25 to go in the second quarter. So, Dennis taking the points, like you said, and it's a 6-0 lead for Sauk.
So it's long in that 30 range is where he's good, so that's why I thought
that one looked like it would have been good for 40+.
Yeah.
He got a hold of that one and hit it perfectly.
So, they get some points on the board, but still for Edgewood, that's got to be a plus that they kept him out of the end zone down twice. And if you can hold the field goals with this explosive as the offense can be, you got to have a lot of confidence in your guys. Getting Carter Soma back, opening things up a little bit. But Edgewood's done a good job right now of limiting Morey, and that's the big play guy. If they get him in space, Edgewood could be in some trouble. And they've got a pretty young defensive backfield. You look, a couple of sophomores and a junior starting back in the secondary. This will probably be their biggest test, other than when they had to play against Montour Barneveld with Hayden Anderson in that group.
Which, Dennis, I was going to ask you, is there a certain point you think where the getting held to field goals starts to hurt Sauk and kill their momentum? Right now they have all the momentum. They've got a blocked kick. They had a 3-and-out after giving up a big kickoff return. But it feels like at some point field goals just aren't going to be enough with, like you said, how explosive Edgewood is.
You can get frustrated on that.
Soma now on the return, starting at his own 7. He's got blockers again down the sideline to the 35 and then out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Out of bounds by Isaiah Good. Ball spotted on the 37-yard line of the Crusaders.
So Edgewood, first time 3-and-out. They had a great field position, got nothing out of it. And then the next time, they got those 3 great runs to start, and then just kind of ran up into a brick wall. They need to be able to, again, they got to get Morey involved in the offense. Him and Kelly two pretty good wide receivers.
It'll be Carter Soma in the backfield as the running back. They'll fake a handoff to Morey on the end around, and then Gannon Bagstad takes it up the middle. He's able to get a yard. So the defense of Sauk didn't fall for the motion in the fake handoff. 2nd and 9. The ball is at the 38.
They've been able to control too. The major weapon that Edgewood has is Bagstad, with what he's been able to do running the ball this year. He's been pretty effective. 513 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns.
Bagstad throwing to Morey on the near side, breaks one tackle, and then is hit from behind. He'll pick up enough for a first down. That's a 10-yard gain to Ben Morey, the junior wide receiver. Led the team with receptions on the season with 28 receptions, 748 yards, and 12 touchdowns coming into tonight.
Yeah, it's 3rd in the state in average yards per catch now. He was first there for a while, but still 27 yards a catch. That's incredible.
1st and 10 now at their own 48 for Edgewood.
Bagstad,
a quarterback keeper, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Gannon Bagstad on first down.
Line did a good job of standing up the offensive line for Sauk and able to hold him to no gain. Bagstad saw something there, but that closed up right away. Got two pretty good linebackers inside there, and Gage Davis and Brian Breinig, that fell pretty well. But give a lot of credit to the defensive line. They're winning the battle of the trenches right now. And considering that Edgewood's got him by about 50 pounds a man, that's pretty good.
8:30 to go in the first half. 6-0 lead for Sauk. Reverse that is just snuffed out and brought down for another loss. Jake Buckles was there for Sauk. So it'll be a loss of 3, backing him up to the 45. So they have to get to the 42 for a first down. It's 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, Buckles, one of the leaders in tackles for loss. That was his 14th. Also got 3 sacks coming into this game. Again, a 3-year starter at that defensive end spot.
Bagstad looking to throw. Blitz coming. Bagstad's rolling out. Throws on the run over the middle. And they will say incomplete. It bounced into the hands of Will Kelly as he was sliding down. That'll bring out the punting unit again. 7:36 to go in the second quarter, and Will Kelly will be on to punt again for Edgewood.
Now you come into some dangerous territory here. Sauk can grind it out. They get the ball to start the second half, too. So they want to put some points up here. But, again, they've been successful running the ball, and their defense is not giving much to Edgewood here.
Kelly with a high snap and able to just get that one away.
And we got a flag.
The ball goes out of bounds, but, yes, we have a flag back by the line of scrimmage. So we'll have to see what the signal is from the official for this flag.
It's motion. Yep, motion. Yep.
So that'll go against Edgewood. But with the where
that take it over there. Take it. Coach is pointing. He says, "Hey, I want the ball over there."
Yeah, and too, if you're Sauk, I was going to say you almost want to decline. Well, it looks like they're gonna do a
redo it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if they were going to take the penalty, make them kick, or what was going to happen
he said
here.
No, that it was the penalty took precedence on that one.
Yeah.
Motion, they had it before the play started.
It'll be Blaze Caldwell back to return for the Eagles of Sauk Prairie. So this should be, then they should be taking the 5-yard penalty because, like we've talked about, Dennis, Blaze Caldwell's the type of guy you'd like him to get the ball in his hands, give him a chance for a return.
He's averaging about 7 yards a return, which is pretty good at the high school level. But he's got the potential.
He is still, I was going to say, he is still dangerous.
Yeah.
So they'll back this up 5 yards, moving it back to the 40. Will Kelly standing back at his own 25, and then it's a line drive kick. This is going to bounce over to that left side and roll out at the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Sauk, as they lead 6-0 with 7:22 to go in the first half here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Dreaming of transforming your home into the space you've always wanted? Wanakee Remodeling makes it happen, and their expert team is there to bring your vision to life. They're local, reliable, and dedicated to quality craftsmanship. Schedule a free consultation today at wanakeeremodeling.com. Hermsdorf in the gun on 1st down. Gibbs breaking a tackle. Gibbs cutting upfield. Gibbs breaks another one, and he's down to the 45. Wyatt Gibbs is just breaking off long run after long run. He's going to have a long touchdown run, it feels like, tonight, Dennis.
Yeah, a 73-yarder last week, which broke the game open against Stoughton in the second half. So, yeah, he's got that potential. He's also got a 72-yard fumble return this year. So he's a big play guy. Like those defensive guys come over to offense, they're saying, oh, this is easy. Mm-hmm. He's making it look easy.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Pick with 27 on that last one.
Inside 7 minutes to go in the half. Hermsdorf looking to throw. Pumps. Now he's got pressure coming. Rolling out. Rolling. Throws on the run. The ball is batted out of bounds. Dylan Krantz, the outside linebacker, was there in the coverage and got that pass breakup.
Great coverage, great breakup there.
And he's got an interception on the season, does Krantz, too, as a linebacker. So he's somebody that can get his hands on that ball and get interceptions. .6:42 now on the clock here in the second quarter.
No, that's incompletions. We haven't seen incompletions what stops this clock going. The Sauk says, no, we want to keep this thing going, keep it on the ground, keep chunking out plays.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. It's a pitch to Jadak. Jadak upfield into Edgewood territory near the 45. I'll mark him down at the 47. Then he goes from 47 to 47.
A pickup of 6. There you go. Struff would have struggled with that one.
Well, of course he would have. I mean, I had to take a moment,
Alex.
too. That's why that little bit of a pause was there, as I had to try to think about it for a second, but I would have gotten there.
Do the math, yes.
So when we get over those 10+, then that's where I struggle. Then I got to start using my toes, and I got shoes on, and no one wants to see my feet. It's a whole thing, Dennis. And this might go on the defense.
Defense broke through
the offensive line for Sauk definitely moved, but I believe they were drawn into it. They'll say a false start. So that was a great job by Edgewood in that spot. That's one of those things where the coaches always tell you the second that you see that O-lineman move, once he's come set, you've got to jump, go at him, force them to call that false start penalty. That's exactly what happened. That'll back up Sauk 5 yards, making a 3rd down and 9.
Well, this is one thing Sauk wanted to avoid, penalties, making a long 3rd down.
5:40 and counting with a 3rd and 9 for Hermsdorf and the Eagles. Sprint out to the left. Hermsdorf looking, throwing on the run, and it's out of the hands of his intended receiver, the tight end, Christian Patterson. 4th down and 9.
That was a tough play. He got it through, but tough catch for the sophomore tight end there, trying to, you worry about staying in bounds, catching the ball, and then there was a defender right in front of him if he's going to deflect it. Tough play to make, and now force a punt, and Edgewood still now able to get the ball back here, maybe do some damage here.
Yeah, still a one-possession game with 5:29 to go, even though Sauk got points on those 2 possessions. It was the 2 field goals to give them their 6-0 lead. Cash Soma back to return. A high punt will bounce at the 15, take a Sauk roll, and go out of bounds at about the 10, maybe 11-yard line. You're looking at an 89 to 90-yard drive upcoming if Edgewood wants to get a touchdown on this one after that great punt. So Caleb Breinig, right now, early candidate for the Pizza Hut Player of the Game, Dennis, because of his work on special teams.
Yes.
Make Brad Nortman proud.
Well, he followed some big footsteps. Brother, a few years ago, was an all-conference, all-state kicker. Last year, a soccer player came over, was a kicker, was all-conference. So that was their one of the big question marks coming in was who's going to start a quarterback and who's going to start a kicker. Hermsdorf answered one and Breinig the other one.
Begstad looking to throw. He's got Kelly on the slant, bobbled it for a moment, but was able to pull it in before he took a potentially big hit from Gage Davis, the linebacker.
Kelly with a nice
Pickup
catch
of
there.
10.
You could see that slant develop. It was open.
We'll actually give him 11. Another first down for the Crusaders inside 5 minutes to go.
That was a big one to get them out from the shadow of their goal line if they have to punt.
Begstad keeps it on first down. He has running room.
It is.
Moves away from one tackler, and he'll pick up enough for another first down. Gain of 14 on first down on the keeper from Gannon Begstad. One of the keys for both of these teams, Dennis, was to control the scrambling ability of the quarterbacks.
And first 2 plays, 11 and 14 yards, a couple of chunks here. Sauk needs a defensive stop. Otherwise, they get momentum and starting to go Edgewood's way.
Begstad rolling out and throws that over the head of Dylan Krantz, his intended receiver, incomplete.
Tough throw for a left-hander there.
Yeah, and Begstad had a ton of pressure coming in his face. The D-line for Sauk has been in the backfield on just about every single play tonight against Edgewood.
Yeah, Jake Buckles, 64. Caleb Chetwood, number 17, and another senior. Jamison Llewellyn, he started last year as a freshman. Be another like Jake Buckles. He'll be a 4-year starter here. And then Riley Jadak on the other side. We see, and they split. His primary is on defense, so that's why Gibbs is now the primary runner. But Jadak battled a couple of foot injuries the last couple of weeks, but he looks pretty good out there tonight on D.
Begstad will keep it after faking a handoff, and that's not going to go anywhere. It was a whole flock of Eagles stopping Begstad. He was able to pick up about 2 yards.
Yeah, we only waited about 20 minutes to get that flock of Eagles in there. Good call.
Thank you. Had to wait for the right moment. That felt like it, as we have a 3rd down and 8 coming up inside 4 minutes to go, 3:55 and counting. A 3rd and 8, line of scrimmage at the 37.
Big one. They say the last 4 minutes of the half, first 4 minutes of the second half. Edgewood wants to keep this ball, keep it going.
Potential
and we got a
blitz
moment
coming, and the tackle for Edgewood, or excuse me, the guard for Edgewood that time, just got a little too excited, and that was Henry Clark, the junior guard, who ended up moving.
Brother Charlie, 5-year player down at Vanderbilt, made over 30 starts and 30 games in college. Your dad, Chris, used to be the men's rowing coach. Now he's in charge of the whole rowing program there. Good family. But,
the rowing program, too, at Wisconsin. One of the underrated sports in terms of success that Wisconsin rowing has had.
How many athletes they go through registration say just have the right size? Hey, you look like you do it.
Yep.
Not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you, it's a heck of a sport.
3rd and 13 after the false start penalty. 3:33 to go.
Fake the blitz.
Yep. Blitz is coming now on a delay. Throw over the middle. Diving
nice
for the grab. Cash Soma sliding down, makes the catch. It's a first down, and the Crusaders are into Eagles territory. Cash Soma doing a great job of sliding down to get that pass. There was a blitz coming, so Gannon Bagstad wasn't able to set his feet the way he would have wanted to, but it doesn't matter as he gets a completion. It's a 1st and 10 at the 44.
Huge play, pick up a 24. There's a chunk play they needed now to get the ball in Sauk territory. See if they can punch one in here.
Bagstad play action, looking to throw, looking. Now he's going to step up. There's a flag coming.
And another one.
Bagstad is going to get hit and brought down as he tried to run.
You got a holding penalty there in the backfield.
It was Lane Albers, the defensive tackle.
Yep.
So that'll move it back. And that was one where if you're a lineman, you kind of had to hold in that spot, because if he didn't, Bagstad was going to take a big hit on that play.
Sometimes self-preservation rules all. Yep, 10 yards, so now 1st and 20. See if they can overcome it. Sauk was not able to overcome theirs and ended up having a punt. The drive short-circuited with a motion penalty.
They were able to overcome the false start penalty just 2 plays ago. Clock starts running inside 3 minutes to go in the half. Sauk leads 6-0. Bagstad's going to bring Morey into motion. Play action again. Blitz coming, throwing, and it is caught on another sliding grab from a Edgewood receiver. That was Will Kelly with the reception.
Able to come up with those big plays.
So that was a pickup of 10, making it 2nd down and 10. 2:10 to go in the 2nd quarter. Bagstad throwing quickly to Morey. Morey dancing around. Morey gets upfield. Morey steps out of bounds after he picks up 4, maybe 5. So from what was a 1st and 20, now you have a 3rd and manageable. So right now Edgewood looking like they're going to have a chance to bounce back from that holding penalty.
3rd and 5 makes it a lot easier.
It definitely does. And 3rd and 9 is definitely something that Edgewood can overcome. We've seen the big playability from the Crusaders all season long. Bagstad in the gun. Pressure coming again as Bagstad throws, and he's got one-on-one coverage, but there was a lot of hand fighting with Kelly and the defensive back, and that was overthrown and incomplete. It's 4th and 5 with 1:56 to go.
Young's told Chappie with the coverage there, but wow, that is scary for teams when you get Morey in single coverage in the open field. He can do some major damage.
And they're going to keep the offense out there for a 4th and 6. Line of scrimmage is at the 39, 1:56 to go. Bagstad and the Crusaders offense break the huddle. One receiver split out wide, and Morey at the top of this formation. Play action, rollout. We've got another flag, open and complete to the tight end, Ashton Fickle. He has enough for the 1st down, but there's a flag in the backfield, and it's going to be an ineligible man downfield. So one of the linemen got too far upfield. There's also a flag back in the secondary on the far side as well, Dennis.
So
we're going to have a conversation then with the officials as they try to sort this one out with, it looks like, what are 2 penalties. This could end up being then offsetting penalties, and then they replay the down, which would be huge for Edgewood to get that replay of the down. So an illegal formation, that's on Edgewood, and then a hold
on defense.
That is on the Sauk Prairie defense, so they do offset, and then it is a replay of the 4th down.
That's on defense. Hey, you got a penalty flag. Just don't do anything there, but they get held. Oh.
Well, and now in the defender's defense,
He
that was the defensive back on the far side of the field.
You can't
That,
see it,
that
right.
illegal formation one came from this near side. Replay the 4th down. 4th and 5, a minute 48 to go. Bagstad will be in the gun with a 4-receiver set. Bagstad looking to throw. Pressure's coming in his face. Fires to the near side. He's got a completion and a first down. Mikey Hackworthy, the senior receiver, getting his 4th reception of the season, and it might be his biggest one so far as that moves the chains.
Pick up a 12 there. Yeah, from a 1st and 20, they were able to convert here on 4th down. Now, plenty of time. Well,
with all 3
ticking,
timeouts and a minute 20 with the clock ticking. Bagstad with another 4-receiver set. Bagstad looks to throw over the middle of the field. Has his man. Touchdown, Crusaders. Will Kelly got past his man, scores his 4th touchdown of the year, and Edgewood is an extra point away from taking the lead.
Oh, he just ran a post pattern, and he was wide open in the secondary.
Six to 6 our score now. And Dennis, this is where for Sauk, those going for those field goals instead of getting touchdowns on those drives really hurt them now, as they scored on 2 possessions, but they couldn't get those touchdowns. And now if this extra point for Will Kelly, who just scored the touchdown, goes through, all of a sudden it's a lead for Edgewood. And the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. 7 to 6 our score, a minute 13 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout, as this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom. Something with room for all your friends, right? These are the people who take good care of you. It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it. Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
7 to 6, the Edgewood Crusaders take their first lead of the night in what is a Badger Small Conference title game. Edgewood wins. They complete a perfect undefeated season and win the Badger Small Conference outright. If Sauk Prairie can pull off the upset here tonight, they would force a 3-way tie with themselves, Edgewood, and Mount Horeb Barneveld for the Badger Small Conference title.
Huge drive for the Crusaders, 10 plays, 90 yards, 4:07 off the clock, converted a big 3rd down, 3rd and 13, and with a 1st and 20 on a 4th down conversion. Led to that drive.
Wyatt Gibbs steps into the end zone for a touchback. He wanted to bring that one out, but he just got a foot into the end zone. And in high school football in Wisconsin, as soon as there's any body part into the end zone or the ball just even goes into the end zone, it is automatically a touchback.
Now let's see what Sauk's got all through. I got 2 timeouts, right? Yeah, they used one earlier.
Yep, 2 timeouts remaining for the Sauk Prairie Eagles.
But you want to be careful. You don't want to turn the ball over in your territory
Yep.
and give Edgewood a chance to put any more points up on the board.
Hermsdorf and the Eagles going back to that 3-receiver formation. Hermsdorf wants to throw. Stepping back, firing deep down the far sideline, and he's got his man, Blaze Caldwell, on the reception all the way down to the 39-yard line. That was an absolute strike from Hermsdorf to Caldwell.
It just ran a little sideline pattern, and it was just got about a step there. It looks like so about the 39.
Yep, it'll be the 39-yard line they'll mark that out at.
So pick up a 19 on the first play.
A minute 6 now on the clock after that 19-yard completion to Caldwell. Throws it to Gibbs on the flat, and he is hit and met right away. as that was Mikey Hackworthy, the senior safety, coming in with that hit. There's an injured Eagle on the play.
That's Gibbs. Was it Gibbs that caught that pass?
Yeah, that was Wyatt Gibbs.
He took a good shot there. Hackworthy with a big catch to extend their drive, and now a nice defensive play there. This is where he gets his most, so as a strong safety, he came in with 29 solo tackles and 8 tackles for loss. So he's a big hitter in that defense, and right now made a big play there. Knock the wind out of him.
And there is a flag on the play as well. We'll have to see where.
Oh, penalty against.
So that's a 10-yard penalty on Sauk. So with a minute left, that's going to back them up another 10 yards as they trail 7-6.
So it'll be first and 20 here. So to make matters worse, you take a hit and it doesn't count. The play doesn't count because of a holding penalty.
So with that hold, it'll be 2nd and 20. Now back at their own 29.
1st and 20. Wipes out the play.
Hermsdorf looking to throw, and he's
is.
got a completion to Riley Jadak, his running back, and that'll get him back forward close to the initial line of scrimmage, plus a couple of yards, gain of about 13, down to 45 seconds. Hermsdorf again wants to throw. He'll try and run with it, and he is hit and brought down. That'll be another sack for Ashton Fickle, the defensive end, getting his 6th sack of the season. We have a timeout with 31 seconds left.
Huge play. It looked like Hermsdorf might be able to get free into the secondary, and Ashton came over. He had 5 tackles for loss last week. Outstanding game.
And that's another timeout from Sauk. So they have 1 remaining, and that's a Madison College timeout. Madison College has been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across South Central Wisconsin, including 3 right here in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. 31 seconds to go. The Edgewood Crusaders leading 7-6 on the Sauk Prairie Eagles. It's 3rd down and 9 for Sauk Prairie. Showing blitz is Edgewood. They do bring it. Hermsdorf firing to the far side, and he has a completion to Blaze Caldwell. Picks up another 1st down, stops the clock until the chains are set with 26 seconds to go. Sauk goes quickly, and Hermsdorf will just spike this one to stop the clock at 23 seconds. And Dennis, just in case you're wondering or anybody's tuning in, the LA Dodgers in the bottom of the 1st inning already up 2-0 on the Brewers. So
one of the best things about being here is not having to watch that tonight.
Yeah, the last 2 nights you and I have been working, I haven't had to watch the Brewers. It's been great. Haven't been upset, been in a great mood when I get home. Don't have to deal with it. I was at game 2. Oof.
I bet it was a good experience.
Yes, the playoff baseball experience, great, excellent, awesome atmosphere.
It was date night.
But yeah, exactly. My wife and I went. It was a great time. We had a blast. Just the game result was just hot garbage.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 after Hermsdorf spiked the ball to stop the clock with 23 seconds to go. 3-step drop. Hermsdorf pumps, dancing around, now rolling out, firing on the run, and that is too low and behind his intended receiver, Blaze Caldwell. 3rd and 10 with 15 seconds left.
Given a shot here, unfortunately, if you want to get down to field goal range, to have your kicker get a chance, but I don't know what his range is. I think the coach said early in the year it was about 40 to 45. But which means you'd have to get it around the 28-yard line.
Well, and we were watching pregame warm-ups, and he was hitting them from about 40. Yeah. Maybe it could have gone a little bit further, but that means you got to get your line of scrimmage to about the 25-ish here to be able to make that happen. 15 seconds left, 3rd and 10 at the 50. Hermsdorf wanting to throw, only bringing 4. Pressure in his face, throws over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Too far over the head of his intended receiver, Caleb Breinig. And it's 4th and 10 with 9 seconds left.
Well, they've squeezed every second out of this first half here. Here's the Hail Mary now, right? How far can you throw it? How far can you run?
Well, and it looks like this might actually be a this is going to be a punt, but they're bringing on a new punter, number 44, Brian Breinig, to punt this one away. Nearly has it blocked. Sidewinding kick, bouncing at the 20, and it will just check up right there.
And
there's 1 second left on the clock. I would assume they just kneel the ball here. Don't want to risk a fumble or anything like that, like you saw in that Middleton-Madison West game with Jesse Nelson last night, where Middleton, to try and run the clock out, fumbled the ball. Madison West, with a running clock, was able to get their offense back out there and score a touchdown as time expired to make the final score not look quite as bad as the 38-3 that it was at the moment. So 7-6, Edgewood leads with 1 second left in this first half. They're going with a regular formation, are the Crusaders. But Sauk has 4 defensive backs standing back at the 40, so they're going to try and not let anything get deep. Bagstad brings Maury into motion. Bagstad's going to take it himself, and he's got a defender behind him that pulls him down, and that does it for the first half of action. 7-6 is our score here at Breese Stevens Field on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. The Edgewood Crusaders lead by 1. They opened up this first half with a long kick return that got the ball all the way down to the Sauk Prairie 30, but then it was a 3-and-out. Sauk Prairie gets the ball after the punt at their own 5. They march down the field, kick a 31-yard field goal to make it 3-0, and then Sauk would then, after Edgewood would go 3-and-out again, Sauk would get the ball back, go back down the field early in the second quarter with 10:25 to go, kick another field goal, this time from 37 yards out, take a 6-0 lead, but with 1:13 left in the half, a 27-yard touchdown strike from Gannon Bagstad to Will Kelly made it 7-6, and that's where we stand at the half. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dennis Summerall and I are going to talk about some playoffs and the playoff matrix as the playoff brackets will be announced coming up at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the Dean and I are going to break all of that down and discuss that here at the half, as it is 7-6. Edgewood leads Sauk Prairie at the half here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey, this is Hunter. Reveal by Tacticam was created for hunters by hunters. We're the leader in cellular trail cameras, and we're committed to making every hunt smarter, easier, and more rewarding, whether you're filling your freezer or taking a trophy buck. Head to Tacticam.com to check out the full lineup of cellular trail cameras and power management accessories, and see why thousands of hunters trust Reveal. That's TACTACAM.com.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Is your home ready for a makeover? At Wanakee Remodeling, we specialize in exterior transformations that turn heads. New siding, flawless decks, and windows that shine. Our team delivers top quality craftsmanship with unbeatable warranties, ensuring your home stands strong and stunning for years to come. Call Wanakee Remodeling today at 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com. Schedule your free estimate and let us bring your vision to life. Wanakee Remodeling, building beauty that lasts.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Seven to 6, our halftime score. The Edgewood Crusaders lead the Sauk Prairie Eagles in this Badger Small Conference title game. Again, if you're joining a little bit late, the Edgewood Crusaders, if they win, finish with a perfect 9-0 regular season record and would win the Badger Small Conference title outright. If Sauk Prairie can pull off the upset on Edgewood, they would then force a three-way tie between Edgewood, Sauk Prairie, and Mount Horeb-Barneveld, so all three of them would be able to hang up a conference champions banner in their gyms. Then, Dennis, we talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it in the pregame how the for Sauk Prairie, they haven't won a conference title since 1981. And then the Edgewood Crusaders, this will be their fourth one, as they have won a conference title back in 1995, 1999, and 2005. So a ton on the line here for both of these teams, as they're also looking for for better playoff seeding. For Edgewood, they have a chance to get a 1 seed in the playoffs, as they will announce the playoff seedings here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Currently, Edgewood in the Division 3 for the playoff matrix is sitting at the number 4 team in Division 3, which would give them a 1 seed in the what would be considered the C bracket, as they would be hosting then Rhinelander, the 8 seed, if the season were to end before the games tonight. Again, all of that could change, but that is something to watch out for Edgewood. Getting that 1 seed would give them home games here until the level 3 of the playoffs, so they wouldn't have to go on the road then until level 4. As for Sauk Prairie, they're looking at right now the number 15 team, which would be a 4 seed in the B region. They would, according to the playoff matrix, then host Wisconsin Lutheran potentially for a level 1 game, which would be the first time in 20 years that Sauk Prairie would be hosting a home playoff game in Sauk Prairie High School. So both of these teams looking to try and get home games for the playoffs. They want that conference title. And really, Dennis, they want to be playing their best football before they get into the playoffs, because both of these teams, I think, I wouldn't be speaking out of turn. We've already talked to head coach Jesse Norris, and he said, like, our goal is to go to state. Our goal is to walk over from Edgewood High School to Camp Randall and play in the state championship game. And for Sauk Prairie, I mean, a 4 seed, that's not unheard of for a 4 seed team to make a run and really make it all the way to state. So both of these teams have a ton to play for. They want to be playing their best football here before they go into the what would be a 5-week stretch to get to Camp Randall.
Yeah, Edgewood with they were the 4th number 1 seed overall coming in. So behind Catholic, Memorial, New Berlin, Weston, Grafton. Those are pretty good teams right there.
Yeah.
That's some pretty good territory. But, yeah, it would be great. They'd go walk down there in a blizzard, a snowstorm, rain. They'd do it anyway. Just say, we did. Not quite a little bit farther than Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran when they're across the street from each other. But I like Jesse's comment about that. That's confidence. Mount Hor-Barneveld had a 3 seed coming in, and Sauk was a 4 seed. So all 3 of those teams, hoping to have first-round playoff games. And Edgewood definitely will. They got a chance for a couple of games here if they can they finish this one off today and win out. Mount Hor-Barneveld, a couple of defeats this year. Their 30-game win streak snapped last week. So now they fall down to a 3. They should have at least have 1 home game, but the second one maybe not. They might have to go on the road for. And we saw last year they should have had that home game instead of playing at Catholic Memorial where they lost. So the home field advantage is huge when it gets those first 3 rounds, if you can have home cooking. And then when it's level 4, it's anybody's shot. Now it's 1 game. All you got to do is play well in 1 day to get to state. But for Mount Hor-Barneveld, never been to state. Sauk hasn't been to state. Edgewood, they haven't been to the WIA state tournament. They were in WISA. So all those teams in this conference, you look at that, incredible. But I could see in that last drive, the way Edgewood was continuing to keep going. Hey, all he needs is a touchdown, and they got a lead at halftime.
Yep, exactly.
And so the momentum thing now, but Edgewood has to kick off to start the second half. If Kelly can boot it in the end zone and force 3 and out from Sauk, then Edgewood might be in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Because now you start pressing a little bit. You haven't been in this territory where you're playing for a conference title. None of these kids have.
Yeah.
Versus what an Edgewood has. All season long they've been playing for this conference title. They've been the big dog. They've been favored. Their schedule played out just right. Toughest teams at the end of the year, and they knocked off the ones they had to. And now they got one more in front. And where were they home? Home game would be here.
Yeah. So I did talk to the AD of Edgewood, Ben Voss, and he said that Brees Stevens is open and available for them on the 3 Friday nights that they would need for levels 1, 2, and 3. So it does look like this would be the where they would host their games. So, not ideal. We've talked a ton about it, how Edgewood, the community around Edgewood High School has blocked them from getting lights. We don't need to go back down that rabbit hole.
This would be interesting. If Edgewood can advance all the way to level 4, you realize they would have more home games in the playoffs than they did in the regular season. This is only their second game here. And then they had 1 at home. Well, 3, but the 1 on the campus, 2 here, and the other ones were at other sites. So think about that. Hey, we want to go back. We like Breeze. We want to play more games.
And that's the thing, though, Dennis. For this Edgewood squad, we just talked about how they have their eyes set on Camp Randall. That's where they're looking, but they're going to take it 1 week at a time. But for them, a lot of times you get these teams who maybe they've never been to level 4 before. They haven't had to go on the road in the playoffs much. So doing that and then having to go to a neutral site, that can be a little weird for teams. That's not something they're used to. Edgewood, they've been doing it for years now. It's just a part of their DNA as a program. So I think that's something that could really come into benefit them if they can get themselves to level 4, if they then have to play a Grafton on a neutral site or maybe somebody like Aquinas on a neutral neutral site. That could really come in to help them as they try to get ready for the playoffs here, as well as then going forward.
Well, I like Edgewood chances for a longer run. Their defense has been pretty solid. Their special teams have been special. You can return on kickoffs and punts, and then you have a kicker that puts in the end zone and can make field goals. And then the other is you got game playmakers. Yep. Ashton Fickle's definitely a playmaker on the defensive side. So is
playmaker.
Krantz.
He's a game breaker too because of his ability as a defensive end. Yeah.
But then you got Krantz, who's another one back there. On offense, you got Bagstad, who can do so much, and then Maury. That's a deadly combination. Now, when the weather starts, you need that run game. Getting Carter Soma back is a plus. Now, both Cash and Carter. And then you had, was it Tyler Gates also was getting some carries there. And then, but again, Bagstad, he is, as we talked about, his 4 years of progress. And just, I think I touched on it last night, for the Madison Sports Hall of Fame, the city of Madison, he is the male student athlete of the month for September. They went 4-0. He had an outstanding time. He has taken that month of September to another level in October. He wants a conference championship and a state championship. But for a guy that started out, what did Coach say? He was like 5 foot, nothing, 150, soaking
could
wet.
Barely throw the ball 20 yards, And now, we've seen a number of passes where I'm like, oh, that was a dot. Like, that was an adult pass.
6'2", 200. Edgewood's got a very good strength program, and a former Badger is their strength and conditioning coordinator. So, he's made the most out of it. Good things happen to good kids.
Well, that's
he's
not
an
the
outstanding
only
student athlete.
That's not the only former Badger as well that's on this Edgewood coaching staff as well. A certain guy who, but
carried the ball a few times.
Yeah, he carried the ball a few times. The first athlete that I, as a kid, college athlete that I just fell in love with, he made me fall in love with Badger football. None other than Ron Dane, the Heisman Trophy winner. He works with the running backs for the Edgewood Crusaders. So great coaching staff by Jesse Norris in this squad. But for Sauk Prairie here, they have still plenty of game in front of them. It's a 1-point game. They still have a chance to play spoilers for a perfect season. It's senior night here for Edgewood. They have plenty to play for. Caden Hermsdorf has been playing a great game at quarterback. He hasn't broken off that big pass play quite yet. He's had a couple of great runs, but this is somebody who they're just kind of almost like they're knocking on the door of a big play, and Sauk could all of a sudden break this game open the opposite way.
Yeah, you mentioned Gibbs, 10 carries, 81 yards in the first half, rushing the ball.
He did take that shot, though.
He took that shot, so we'll see what happens. If there he is, he's jogging there about 30-yard line. It looks like he's okay. He's a defensive back. He's a tough kid. I talked to him a few times during the season for the newspaper. But you look at Sauk again, the Mount Hor-Barneveld game, they were right in that game, and then Mount Hor-Barneveld scored at the end to tie it up 14-14, and then the roof fell into the second half. What they were able to make they were really pressing the receivers, getting a lot of push, and Mount Hor-Barneveld adjusted to it. We'll see what Edgewood does and what adjustments that Sauk makes on defense. But again, this is a team that's hungry because you look where they were and what Randy Wallace has done. Jake Buckles told me, he said, we want this one for Randy. What he's meant for this program. Coach, his wife passed away. He got remarried this past year. He's got 4 kids. He's a family guy. He's in the district as a teacher, and the kids all love him. And then your offensive coordinator, Zach Rothman, and defensive coordinator, Eric Krivmanek. Those 3 guys have really built this program over the last 3 years. So, you come out in the second half, hey, guys, we got to play one good second half here, and you get the ball to start out with. So these first 3 minutes, this first possession is huge. They can do what they did early, get a nice 10, 12, 14-play drive. We got a ball game right down to the end. But on the other hand, Edgewood in the locker room, Jesse's going, step on their throat. This is kill. You can't. We got that touchdown. Don't let up, because they're not going to let up on the other side.
They definitely won't. We've got about 90 seconds until the start of the second half. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and when we come back, we will have the opening kickoff of the second half between the Sauk Prairie Eagles and the Edgewood Crusaders here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Hey, this is Hunter. Reveal by Tacticam was created for hunters by hunters. We're the leader in cellular trail cameras, and we're committed to making every hunt smarter, easier, and more rewarding, whether you're filling your freezer or taking a trophy buck. Head to Tacticam.com to check out the full lineup of cellular trail cameras and power management accessories, and see why thousands of hunters trust Reveal. That's TACTACAM.com. Interested in getting individual or group lessons from some of the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life? GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. The Edgewood Crusaders lead 7-6 on the Sauk Prairie Eagles, and Edgewood will be kicking off to Sauk Prairie. So like Dennis said here, this is a huge drive to open up this second half for Sauk Prairie. Down by 1 score, but they can't let Edgewood get the momentum after Edgewood scored to take the lead with 1:13 left in that second quarter. Will Kelly will be on to kick this one off from right to left. And it's an end-over-end kick that's taken in by Caldwell at his own 5. Caldwell at the hash, and he is met by a trio of Crusaders at the 25, and then a flag comes flying in from behind the play right at the tail end.
You don't want an illegal block on the end of this. Holding.
And it is a hold.
That's a crusher. You're going to say that Sauk got pretty good field position to start with. Now you get yourself in a hole here.
So it backs them up to their own 15-yard line.
Here's where the pressure comes in. Ashton Fickle, what is it? Zinto Takaro, that their sophomore, that's 6'3", 309-pound defensive tackle. Haven't called his name much tonight.
No, but he's been on the runs. He's been holding up the middle of that defense, so he's been doing his job, and that's exactly what you want from a nose tackle.
Edgewood Sauk's had been able to get to the edge a little bit to get some yardage. They did have an advantage rushing, 98 yards for Sauk in the first half, only 34, though, for Edgewood.
Hermsdorf will start in the gun, showing blitz as Edgewood. Hermsdorf rolling out, being chased by some defenders. He's able to get upfield and then steps out of bounds at about the 25. So pickup of 13 on that first down run from Hermsdorf. That looks very similar, Dennis, to the first play of the game for the offense for Sauk Prairie. It looks like they went back to the well with that rollout to this near side.
Yes, and now that's where Hermsdorf is dangerous. Get him out in space. Yeah, he's pretty good size, too. 5'10", 175-pound. He was the defensive back last year, making it switch to quarterback this year.
Hermsdorf looking to throw. Throws quickly to Caldwell. Breaks away from a tackle. Caldwell racing, and then he sidesteps another defender and is brought down at the 50. Blaze Caldwell showing off the burners that time.
He was one step away from breaking that. Just had a cut inside, and they caught him. 25-yard pickup on that one. So from a penalty, you're in trouble all of a sudden. 2 plays later, you're out at the 50, 2 first downs.
We've seen that from both teams here tonight, Dennis, where they've had early penalties on a drive. You're like, oh, no, this could be what stalls it out. And then they are able to get a big play and keep moving. 1st and 10 at the 50. Play action, rolling. Pressure coming. Hermsdorf has to just throw it away out of bounds. Got the ball just back to the line of scrimmage. So close to intentional grounding.
Good work by the secondary there for Edgewood. He had nowhere to throw it, and then that was the best bet. Just get rid of it.
11:14 to go in the third quarter. The opening drive of this second half. Sauk Prairie had a 6-0 lead, but then late in the first half, Edgewood was able to score and take that 1-point lead. Hermsdorf from the pistol. Fakes the handoff, keep it himself. He turns upfield. Pours his shoulder into a defender. Unafraid of the contact.
Right into Hackworthy, a guy that's not afraid of contact either.
Man, that's going to fire up your teammates if your quarterback is just lowering the lumber onto a defender.
Yeah, needed 10, got 10 on that one. 3 first downs here in 4 plays to start the second half.
This was, too, Dennis, we saw this early in the first half of the game where Sauk Prairie was able to move the ball on this Edgewood defense, but then once they got down to the red zone was where things kind of got difficult for them, and it slowed down, and they had to kick 2 field goals.
Yeah, 12 plays, 81 yards in that first drive, but just 3. You want 7 here.
Hermsdorf scrambling around, and he's going to run with it. He's able to pick up a few yards.
Just able to extend plays with his legs. There's so much.
Dennis, do you think Edgewood maybe resorts to telling their D linemen, like, don't get so far upfield, like we'd rather try to see if Hermsdorf's arm can beat us?
Right. That's what Mount Horror Barneville wanted to do in the first game, and then he beat them, so then they had to change their strategy a little bit. And then just try to shut down the pass game, and then Hermsdorf was able to get a couple long runs in the second half.
10:30 to go in the third quarter. Hermsdorf play action. Bounces out to the outside, and he is met for no gain on second down. So there'll be a 3rd and long coming up. So they'll actually give him a loss of 1.
39, yeah.
Yep, 3rd and 9 at the 39. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hermsdorf will have 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap. Hermsdorf looking around, still has pressure, throwing on the run, an open man, and is through his hands, incomplete. Just barely missing that throw.
Good pressure.
Could have been a touchdown.
Good pressure of the defensive line there, forced him out of the pocket to the right. That's tough throwing on the run there.
That was a freshman wide receiver, Kipton Sukla.
It just brought him in on the last play. And we got a holding call.
And a holding penalty. So either way would have brought this one back with that holding call.
So they're going to decline it and just take the incomplete pass, 4th and 9, and force Edgewood will force Sauk to punt. Unless,
well, it's looking like
they want to go for it.
But you have the huddle with a wide receiver, Caleb Breinig, who's also the kicker and punter. Yeah. But Hermsdorf is out there. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 9. 9:39 to go in the third quarter. Edgewood leads by 1. Hermsdorf goes a hard count. We've got a flag and a false start. Now do you think they punt after the false start?
Well, now it gives you a few more yards there, 44 yards. They can try to pin them inside the 10. There before with a 39-yarder. You don't want to put it in the end zone. You don't get that much of a difference. So, yeah, they're going to go for the punt.
Well, I mean, it is about a 20-yard difference, though, but okay.
Still.
4th and 14, drop the snap. Hermsdorf looked like he's going to punt it. He is. It goes off the side of his foot and out of bounds. We'll see where they
ouch.
Where they mark that.
He's
going to mark it right at the line of scrimmage.
44.
So a punt of 0 yards. Jinx, Dennis.
Jinx. Back to Edgewood now over on the punt. So 1st and 10.
So that will be a 1st and 10 at their own 44 for the Crusaders, who get the ball for their first drive of the second half with 9:33 to go.
Well, there's something you don't see every day, is 0 on a punt.
It's a handoff to Soma, and then he is hit hard after a pickup of just 2 yards. Riley Jadok there on the stop, the senior defensive end for the Eagles.
Someone got off to it looked like it was going to be a good carry, and then just met a stone wall by the name of Riley Jadok. 6'2", 200-pound defensive end. Well, quarterback
Bagstad will keep it on a second down run and just gains a couple of yards. This will be a 3rd and long. We'll say 3rd and 6 after that carry by Bagstad. The pickup of just 2 yards. .8:20 and counting in the third quarter. Bagstad fakes the handoff, lobs one up for Morey, jump ball, batted away, incomplete. Levi Youngsdahl Chappie, the sophomore corner, knocking that ball away. That'll force a punt by the Crusaders.
Well, it's Bagstad, 7 carries, 14 yards. Sauk has been able to neutralize his running ability. And Hermsdorf's got a few more yards on him there, but both teams really keeping the quarterbacks in check tonight. Oh, good punt. Let it go.
And that'll bounce and take a Edgewood roll all the way down to the 13-yard line. So both of these teams have been forcing each other to have to go down the field for long drives, and when teams have had good field position, the defenses have stepped up and forced punts or held the opponent to a field goal.
Yeah.
First and 10 at their own 13 for Caden Hermsdorf and the Sauk Prairie Eagles, who trail by 1. 8:03 remaining in the third quarter. It's a handoff to Gibbs. He's dancing around and then hit by a pair of Crusaders at the 21.
Fickle right in the middle of it again.
And Ashton Fickle plays defensive end for this team, but you'll see a lot of times as soon as that ball gets past him, he gets off his block and is able to chase guys down and is in on a lot of tackles because of that. Plus, he leads the team in sacks now with 6 sacks on the season. Second and short for Hermsdorf and the Eagles. A pitch to the near side for Gibbs. He cuts up field. He'll be able to get enough for a first down as he's brought down at the 26. It's a fresh set of downs for the Eagles. First and 10 now at their own 26. Down to 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Edgewood showing blitz. They bring it. Hermsdorf tries to throw this one away, and it's over the head of his tight end, Christian Patterson. Edgewood timed up that blitz perfectly. Had a free rusher coming in. Chris Lee came in unblocked right into the face of Hermsdorf. Forced him to have to throw that ball way sooner than he wanted to.
Lee, a 5'9", 190-pound sophomore, having a very good first-year varsity. He leads the team with 4 forced fumbles this year.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem in the Badger Small for the next couple of years. And a problem in the best way if you're an Edgewood fan. If you're a Sauk Prairie, Mount Horeb, or anybody else fan, not so much. Hermsdorf throwing, pressure coming again, and that's out of bounds. Wanted to try and get Blaze Caldwell along the sideline, but again, had pressure in his face. Both of these defensive lines, Dennis, tonight have been doing a great job of putting pressure on the quarterbacks. Neither one of them have been able to just sit back in the pocket and just heave the ball downfield. Any of the completions we've seen, they've been quick, short passes.
Yeah, that time 50, Vincent Bautista had the pressure. He had the quarterback hurry on that play, forced Hermsdorf to get rid of it a lot sooner than he wanted to.
3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Hermsdorf play action. Pressure coming again. It's a screen to Gibbs. He makes a man miss. Going upfield, breaking through a tackle, and then stopped by 3 defenders. He's able to just gain maybe 2 yards on 3rd down. So it looked like he had some blocking initially, did Gibbs, but the defense of Edgewood was able to close out and rally around him. Only a gain of a couple of yards, and it's 4th down and 9. Breinig will be on to punt. Standing back at his own 15. Cash Soma back to return a line drive kick that Soma drives the field. It bounces into the hands of the Sauk Prairie Eagles. Cash Soma tried to field the punt on the bounce. It bounced into his face mask, and the Eagles of Sauk Prairie recover.
That was Brock Meyer, number 31, a freshman. His brother was an all-conference running back, linebacker, Lawson, last year. Brock, they're expecting good things out of him as a freshman, making playing time. He's seen some time on defense, a couple of carries, but special teams is where you earn your stripes. And a big fumble recovery there for Meyer.
.5:48 to go. We've seen a opening kickoff that was taken all the way into Sauk Prairie territory by Edgewood. We've had a blocked punt and now a muffed punt as well. And Hermsdorf in the offense back out there. Hermsdorf dancing around, throwing on the move, and he's got Caldwell again. Blaze Caldwell along the sideline. Gets close to the 1st down. They'll give him a gain of 9.
Hooked up for 3 times, 35 yards in the first half.
And Dennis, I have a comparison here for you for Caden Hermsdorf, and I think you'll appreciate it. Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
he's a little bit undersized at quarterback at 5'10". He dances around, moves around in the pocket. It just reminds me of Doug Flutie a ton.
Good call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, nothing
so
on that one.
No gain on the quick throw.
Is that out to Gibbs? That
was Riley Jadak on the reception. Riley Jadak hasn't been able to get a whole lot going offensively for the Eagles.
Loss of 1 on that play. It was all they needed to pick up was 1 for a 1st down, and oops, other way.
3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage is at the 34. They need to get to the 32 to move the chains with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 1. Hermsdorf goes hard count, and Ashton Fickle fell for it and jumped off sides. So it'll be a 1st down for the Eagles.
Don't want to give them a freebie, and they did.
And chance of you can't do that coming from the Sauk Prairie students who made the drive into the Isthmus. Hermsdorf with a 1st and 10 at the 29. Brings Breinig into motion, pitches to Gibbs. Gibbs has to dance away from a defender. He's able to do that, but then stopped by the rest of the Edgewood defense.
A little stutter step inside and bought him a little bit of time, but not too much.
It's a loss of 1 on that pitch. We've seen that play work a few times for Sauk Prairie, but Edgewood's starting to recognize it and able to get stops.
They've been able to, thanks to that fumble recovery, Sauk's been able to take 4 minutes off the clock here, keep Edgewood's offense off the field.
Hermsdorf gets the snap.
Oh, there he is
dancing
running
around. He'll take off and run with it. Breaks through 2 tackles and then gets in close to the first down. So he's brought down by a pair of Crusaders. And they'll mark him down a yard short.
Krantz on the tackle there.
3rd and 1.
It makes him so dangerous there. He's able to pick up first downs.
Yeah, kind of like Doug Flutie was, Dennis.
Oh, God, he was a god. He was so much fun to watch.
Caden Hermsdorf is so much fun to watch. So he's a 3rd down and 1. Edgewood shows blitz. They bring in Jadak, stopped in the backfield. Ashton Fickle with the tackle for a loss. He was the one that jumped off sides that kept this drive going earlier and then makes a giant play. Loss of 3. It's 4th and 4 inside 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Now that makes it a 40-yard field goal attempt if they try it. But they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it. Hermsdorf, 3-step drop. He's got pressure again. He's going to scramble, and he'll fall forward. He'll be close to the first down marker. And they are going to
mark it a first down.
Yep, they will give him a first down. He got just enough on the run. That keeps the drive going.
Looks like the 19. Is that the 19? Can you tell from here?
Yes, it is the 19.
So he needed 4 and he got 4, just enough.
1st and 10 at the 19, inside 2 minutes to go. Hermsdorf, a draw play to Jadak, and they won't get anything going this time. There's another flag on the play. This came from behind the play. Looks like it was in.
Bautista got him in the backfield there, too.
I believe this is going to be a hold that's going to go against the left tackle, Jake Buckles. The Eagles have been able to respond when they've been called for holding penalties on previous drives tonight. Obviously, having a 1st and 20 isn't fun for an offense, but it's something that the Eagles have shown they've been able to overcome. And the Edgewood Crusaders looking to go 9-0 and win the Big Small Conference title outright.
Sauk Prairie's 20th play of the quarter. Edgewood's only had 3, but no score.
Hermsdorf in the pistol. 3-step drop, pump fakes, looking, standing around, still looking to try and find somebody. Now he throws.
Got him.
And he's got a completion to Caldwell. Breaks a tackle at the 10, inside the 5, still going down to the 2-yard line. Blaze Caldwell was able to lose his man and get himself inside the 5. Sauk Prairie's going to go quickly on offense. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Hermsdorf will be in the pistol. Riley Jadak, the running back behind him. Play action keeper. Hermsdorf gets the edge, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sauk Prairie. A minute 22 to go, and the Eagles retake the lead 12-7.
1st and 20 from the 29. That was a 26-yard completion to Caldwell, and then Hermsdorf says, I'll take it in. Ends up with his rushing touchdown. That's number 7 this year for Hermsdorf.
So now, Dennis, do you go for 2 or do you kick the field goal? They're kicking the field goal, but what would you?
Extra point.
The extra point. You know what I'm asking you, Dennis.
Yes, I know.
Would you go for 2 to try and make it the 7-point lead?
Take the point.
The extra point is good. 13-7 with a minute 22 to go in the 3rd quarter. Sauk Prairie dominating the time of possession in this third quarter. How many plays was that now? 22 in the quarter that Sauk has run to 3 for Edgewood. And Sauk has a 13-7 lead.
21 plays.
21 plays. I was off by 1. 21 plays to 3 plays. And it's a 13-7 lead for Sauk Prairie.
That was a 7-play, 47-yard drive after the fumble recovery on the punt. 4:22 off the clock, and Hermsdorf caps it off with a 3-yard touchdown run. First touchdown for Sauk, and as much as they've dominated play in this quarter, you knew they needed 7 out of this. Now, if this was Mount Horeb Barneville, they always go for 2.
Yes.
Everybody else is a little more conventional here.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily conventional. If you go for the 2-point conversion, you give yourself that touchdown lead then, because a touchdown, and it, hypothetically, you go all the way down here to the end of the game, and Edgewood scores a touchdown, and then they just need the extra point to win the game instead of having to try and figure out going for 2 or the tie then. So
14, yeah. Well,
I'm more new school than you are, Dennis.
No, on the other hand, if you don't score, now a touchdown is boom, you're down.
And this kick will go into the end zone again. Another touchback that'll force the Crusaders to have to march the ball 80 yards downfield to try and get a score.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, but having seen this team play and trying 2-point conversions, they have not had a lot of success this year. So I think Coach Wallace just said, let's get the point, let's get up on the board, turn over our defense. Then you got a field goal kicker, too, that might be able to help you out.
Bagstad will keep it himself on first down. Cuts up field, picks up 6-7 yards.
About 6 on that one. And quarter winding down here with Sauk dominating the carries and passes. Under a minute to play. Going to have an exciting fourth quarter.
It definitely will be to finish off our regular season coverage of Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Bagstad looking to throw. Throws over the middle of the field, and it is just out of the reach of his intended man, Will Kelly. He had a step on the defender, but it just was over his head. Missed him by about 6-7 inches. After that incompletion, it'll be 3rd down and 4. Edgewood breaks the huddle with a 3rd and 4 upcoming. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Bagstad from the gun. Rolling out. Throws on the run. Has a completion to his tight end, but he is hit right away.
Krantz. Yep, Krantz on the catch.
Krantz gets the reception. It's going to be close to the first down. We'll have to see where they spot the ball. It looks like they're going to be about a yard, half a yard short. They will be. It's going to be a 4th down and inches. So the offense staying out there for Edgewood is they're at their own 26. Or excuse me, 29. 29. There's no numbers painted on the field, so I have to look to the sideline and then follow the line, and I have to count. And as I've established on this program, I'm not good at math or counting.
50, 40, 30, 25. There we go. And
that
end
does
of the
it for
quarter.
the third quarter. 13-7 our score. The Sauk Prairie Eagles looking to get a share of the Badger Small Conference. We'll have the final quarter of action when we come back here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
Gannon Bagstad takes it himself on 4th down and gets the first down. That keeps the chains moving for the Edgewood Crusaders to start our 4th quarter.
He's inches and got 4 on that one. That was a good play call, Coach. Forget the snap. Forget him back in his shotgun. Just give it to the quarterback and push forward. And that's what they did.
First and 10 for the Crusaders. Handoff to Soma. Stiff arm. Taking the defender with him all the way to the first down marker. It's a 10-yard gain for Carter Soma.
Not be denied on that one.
And Soma showing off some strength there, Dennis. He had the stiff arm, and normally when you see that, the defender kind of bounces off. That time the Sauk Prairie defender didn't, but Soma's still able to just keep his arm out there and extended to keep the defender from getting any sort of grip on him.
Well, Sauk had the ball for over 9 minutes on that in the last quarter. So this is crucial for Edgewood to get some points up on the board here, knowing they might not get the ball back.
Bagstad will keep it on first down,
tackle.
and he's able to just pick up a yard. The defensive tackle, Caleb Chetwood, the senior, getting the stop. Chetwood entered tonight with 8 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks.
That was a great tackle. Got him by the ankles and just got him down.
Yeah, Chetwood getting great interior pressure. This is such a good defensive front for Sauk Prairie. Both of these teams, that's really the strength of their defenses, is their front 7. 10:45 to go in the game. Edgewood trails 13-7. Bagstad in the pistol. Play action pressure coming. Throws it up to Morey, and it's batted away again. Levi Youngsdahl Chappie, his second pass breakup, both times on jump balls to Morey. So they've tried twice to go to jump ball to the junior Ben Morey. Both times, Youngsdahl Chappie able to break up that pass.
Good double coverage. Cornerback on the safety. Brought the safety over on it to make sure that he didn't get running and free like he did, like Kelly did in the first half.
3rd down and 9. 10:34 to go in the game. Bagstad throws off his back foot and nearly intercepted. Wanted the screen to Ashton Fickle. It was just off of his fingertips and nearly intercepted. It's 4th down and 9. The sideline for Sauk Prairie is fired up for that one.
That was Gage Davis, linebacker, that almost came up with that diving interception.
Will Kelly will be on to punt. Caleb Breinig will be back to return.
That's the fake.
Another high kick, and this one is an end-over-end kick from Kelly. And That's Caldwell on the return. Gets through 2 defenders. Still running up to the 30 before he is spun down. Blaze Caldwell split 2 defenders. Turned what looked like it was going to be a really bad decision into a great one as he got about 10 yards off of the return. And it's 1st and 10 at their own 30. Up by 6, 13-7 with 10:16 to go in the game.
Yeah, if you don't come up with that one cleanly there, Edgewood's got a chance to run one in for a touchdown or you have great field position on you. So a lot of guts. They say to be a punt returner, you got to have a lot of guts out there. And a little bit of luck every once in a while.
Yeah, every now and again.
Pitch. Oh,
and
reverse.
It's a reverse to Caldwell. He's got Hermsdorf blocking out in front of him. Caldwell turns upfield, lowers his shoulder into a defender.
Oh, that was 7. That was Soma. Cash Soma that came up and knocked him out of bounds.
Cash Soma on the tackle. And the reverse picked up 4. Second and 6.
A little trickery there.
Yeah. .940 and counting. The second, and they move it back a yard. 2nd and 7. Hermsdorf will be in the gun. He's taking his time now, and they're trying to chew up as much clock as they can, up by 6. Hermsdorf hands off to Gibbs to the near side. Gibbs dances away from one defender. Has plenty for a 1st down. That keeps moving the chains.
Eagles can smell it right here. You get a nice long drive. Make it a 2-score game. It's going to be tough to come back. So pick up a 10 on that one. Gibbs well over 100 yards tonight. Back-to-back. 137 last week was a career high for him.
1st and 10, down to 9 minutes and counting. Edgewood shows blitz. They bring it. And they're able to sniff out that run as Chris Lee again with another tackle for a loss. Chris Lee showing that A-gap blitz and just came busting through the offensive line.
That's where the running back says to the quarterback, why'd you give it to me? You should have kept it. I didn't want to get hit like that. Good defensive stand. A loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 here.
And if you're Edgewood, you really would like to try and keep Sauk Prairie from crossing midfield. Give yourself some solid field position if you can. We're down to 8 minutes left. They do have both teams have all 3 timeouts left. Hermsdorf throws it off to Breinig on the right side. Breinig runs out of bounds at the 45, maybe the 46. So he picks up a yard or 2.
46, so pick up a 3.
Yep. No.
3rd and 8. Big 3rd down conversion here.
3rd down and 8 with 7:59 to go.
And this is a get it or punt because you don't want to turn the ball over at midfield with Edgewood.
Hermsdorf can run. He averages 6.8 yards per carry. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns for the Eagles. Hermsdorf, 3-step drop. Trying to buy time. Heaves one down the middle of the field, and that's 4 or 5 yards too far over the head of his intended receiver of Sukla. And it's 4th down and 9, and the punting unit comes out for the Sauk Prairie Eagles.
And which one will it be? Don't often see 3 different guys punt. The Hermsdorf, Brian Breinig, and the regular punter.
Caleb Breinig, and this is Brian Breinig, who's back to kick. Cash Soma back at his own 26 to return. Last time he was out to return, tried to field a punt on the bounce, and it bounced off his face mask. And then Sauk Prairie was able to recover this one. And Soma just lets this bounce, goes all the way down inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. So Cash Soma let that punt go, and it costs Edgewood as it rolls all the way down to their own 2-yard line.
52-yard punt. You talk about flipping the field. Now you're going to have to go 98 yards to put one in the end zone. And a field goal doesn't do it. Edgewood's got to get a touchdown.
Well, Dennis, with 7:41 to go, down by a touchdown, 13-7 being the score. I gave Hermsdorf the comparison to Doug Flutie. If Gannon Bagstad can get a touchdown on this drive, I'll have to compare him to John Elway.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
He's under center, hands it off on first down to Soma, breaking through tackles, stiff arm, still going forward, and he'll pick up a first down. Carter Soma missed a few games this season, and since he's come back, the running game has really stepped it up here for Edgewood.
So again, Edgewood on the first play. Needs a big one to get it away from the goal line, and did now. A little bit of breathing room here. Plenty of time on the clock to drive down for a game-winning score.
1st and 10 at the 18. Bagstad looks to throw, has to roll out, throws on the run, and that's incomplete. Not sure if he was trying to throw that ball away or was trying to get his receiver, Will Kelly. He was the nearest one.
Boy, the pressure both defenses brought out tonight. The quarterbacks, if they weren't able to run, they'd be spending most of the night on their back. It seems like every pass play is a rollout or escape from pressure. A lot of quarterback hurries tonight.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion, 7:02 to go in the game. Edgewood trails 13-7. Then a snap that was bobbled. Bagstad just picks it up to run with it, try and do something. He's able to pick up a few yards, make this a little bit better of a 3rd down after the strange snap issue.
I still picked up 4 here. That was 4 miracle yards. It did not look like that was going to be a good end to that play.
3rd and 7. Sauk Prairie fans making some noise as they've got a big 3rd down for their defense. Bagstad in the pistol. Blitz coming, throws quickly. Bobbled, and it is incomplete off the hands of Ben Morey. He couldn't pull that pass in, and it's 4th down and 7. The chance of Butterfingers coming from the Sauk Prairie student section.
Yeah. They start throwing out candy bars, and that's a good call.
Blaze Caldwell back to return. He'll be standing at midfield. Will Kelly, the punter, standing at his own 1-yard line. Kelly gets the snap, able to pull it in, a line drive kick that Caldwell is just going to let bounce at first.
Nope.
Now he'll pick it up at his own 30. Has 2 defenders in his face, able to get an angle, going ahead and able to get the ball up to midfield. Blaze Caldwell letting the ball roll, realized that he didn't have anybody near him, so he was able to just pick it up himself and then takes it up near midfield with 6:03 to go. Leading 13-7 are the Sauk Prairie Eagles.
1st and 10 on the 48, so that was a nice return. 18 yards after he finally picked it up there. Now with 6 minutes 3 to go, Edgewood has all timeouts left, but Sauk can grind it the way they've been. They've had a lot of multiple drives, 12, 14, 17 play drives. That's what they need right now to grind it and end this one.
Hermsdorf will be in the gun on 1st down. He's going to throw quickly out. Wanted his tight end, Patterson, but it was just out of his reach, and there was a defender that was reading that all the way. And that pass had a little bit more air under it. Might have been a pick 6.
That was Linus Paulus Led the team with 5 breakups. He had an interception this year. Boy, that was a pick 6 right there.
Instead, it is incomplete and 2nd and 10 with 6 minutes to go. Edgewood does have all 3 timeouts, but they've got to try and get a stop if they want to complete their undefeated season and win the Badger Small Conference title. Jadak gets a handoff, but he is met by Ashton Fickle and spun down for no gain. 3rd down and 10.
The clock keeps moving, but that incompletion stopped it. So that was, again, you put the ball in the air, a couple bad things can happen. Sauk's just got to keep it on the ground and try to run behind that line and pick up a 1st down here.
That's the old Darrell Royal, the old head coach of Texas, said if you throw the ball, there's 3 things that can go, or there's 3 things that can happen. 2 of them are bad. And it's a pitch to Gibbs.
Oh,
he's going to get the 1st down.
There it is. He's
Wyatt
gone.
Gibbs is open. He'll take it to the house.
52 yards.
Gibbs, 52-yard touchdown run with 5:06 to go in the game.
3-play, 52-yard drive. All it takes was one. Last week's 73-yarder against Stoughton, which put the game away. And this could be the dagger right here.
Wyatt Gibbs zigzags his way through the Crusaders' defense, makes it a 19-7 lead with 5:06 to go. The extra point is up, and it is good. 20-7. The Sauk Prairie Eagles looking for their first conference title since 1981, and they have a 2-score lead with 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Talked about trying to run out the clock. Well, they only took 57 seconds off the clock, but it went 52 yards in 3 plays to get it. And now all the pressure is on Edgewood.
Yeah, and now with 5 minutes left, there's still plenty of time if you're an Edgewood fan like the Crusaders, but they've got to get a touchdown in this drive, and really they've got to try and get the touchdown in the next, probably, what would you say, about 2 minutes here, Dennis, to really give themselves a shot?
I'd say so.
Especially given the way that Sauk Prairie has been able to run the ball here in this second half. Now, Dennis, hear me out. I know this might sound a little bit crazy, but hear me out. If you're Sauk Prairie, do you go for an onside kick here, given the big playability of the 2 returners for Edgewood in Soma and Maury?
Well, it would be a heck of a gamble, because if you do, you give it to them, they can just give them a shorter field. I think they just want to put it in the end zone and make them go 80 yards. But that's a good thought. On Madden, I'd do it. I don't know about real life. Nope,
Brian Egg is just going to send this one deep. It doesn't go into the end zone. Soma with a chance to return it is 10 to 20, and then fumbles the ball, and then it is picked up by Edgewood. There is also, sorry, the officials have pink flags, but then they also, their beanbags that they throw for where the spot would be for things is also pink. So every now and again, myself and then our video producer Pablo Iglesias, I see a pink thing out there, and I'm like, oh, it's something different. It must be a flag. Nope. 4:58 to go. The Edgewood Crusaders trail 20-7. Empty backfield for Bagstad. Throws quickly to the sideline. He's got a completion to Carter Soma. He tries to drag a couple of defenders, picks up a 1st down, which stops the clock until they set the chains.
By the way, that run for Gibbs gave him 73 yards in the second half. He's now 16 for a career best 154.
Wow.
2 chunk plays in 2 weeks. 73 yards last week against Stoughton, and now a 52-yarder here against Edgewood tonight.
4:30 to go. Bagstad throws again, nearly intercepted, but it is another pass breakup for Youngsdal Chappie, his third of the night. Youngsdal Chappie, he broke up 2 jump balls that were both against Ben Morey. And then that time he got a pass breakup and a near interception. He was just a step too far up the field. Otherwise, he would have had an interception and would have had a ton of running room.
Sauk secondary, Devin Bell, a freshman's got 3 interceptions. Those 2 guys are going to be together for the next 3 years. Heck of a secondary.
Bagstad looking to throw. Throws quickly to Kelly, and then Kelly is ripped down on the far sideline. That's Jackson Martin was there on the coverage. A pickup of 5, 3rd down and 5 at the 37, 4:23 to go. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock, which allows Edgewood to be able to huddle up. With 4:23 to go, 3rd down and 5. Another empty backfield. Bagstad throws over the middle, and it's intercepted at the 50, at the 45, and sliding down.
And that's Hermsdorf. They brought the quarterback.
Hayden Hermsdorf playing safety for the Crusaders with the interception, and that might have sealed this game.
With
4:14 to go.
Honorable mention, all-conference defensive back last year, made the switch to quarterback. One of 4 guys going out for that position. He won it, so they pretty much kept him on offense this year. But when it comes crunch time, you got to have your best athletes on the field. He read that one just like a quarterback would. And now they can ice the game here.
Now this will be all running plays, I would have to imagine, for Sauk Prairie, up 20-7, 4:14 to go. Edgewood does have all 3 timeouts still. Hermsdorf, after he got the interception, hands it off to Gibbs to the right side, and
Another
Gibbs
big run.
Gets a 9, maybe 10-yard run. And that was a run, Dennis, that in the first half of the game would have been maybe 2-3 yards. Now all of a sudden you're seeing it wear down this Edgewood defense and gets it to a 9-yard run. We've got an injured player for Edgewood. That'll stop the clock with 3:53 to go in this game. The Sauk Prairie Eagles leading with 3:53 to go, 20-7 here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. So, Dennis, it's a 2-score game. You're inside 4 minutes left to go. Any chance you see Sauk Prairie maybe try and do a shot play here, just really finish them, step on the throat, and end this one?
Don't get cute. Just run the ball. This is where we get upset with watching the Badgers in the press box on Saturdays. When you can run the ball effectively, just keep doing it. Don't get cute here. And now every time you run it, it clocks off. The quarterback, time management and ball security right now, hanging on to it. Edgewood's got to be fighting and scrapping, trying to get a loose ball to create a turnover. And on the other hand, Sauk's got to be protective of that big pigskin.
They'll just let the clock wind down. It started to run as soon as the officials, the player got off of the field there, so we're down to 3:15 to go. It's a pitch to Gibbs to the near side. He cuts up field, breaking through tackles, pulling defenders with him, has enough for the first down. Wyatt Gibbs, he's going to be closing in on 200 yards now, Dennis.
Yes, they can. He had 162 before this last one. How many did he pick up on this one? Where's the ball? 40, 30.
They're
30, the
marking
28?
it down to the 28, yes.
So
a 7-yard
pick
run.
Up a 7, so he's now up to 169. 18 carries.
Hermsdorf in the offense just chewing up as much clock as they can. leading by 13. And it's another Gibbs handoff. He breaks it outside, stays in bounds, close to a first down. Looks like they'll give him a gain of 9.
Yep.
We've got a whistle and a timeout. So there's an injured player down on the field with 2:25 to go in the game. Sauk Prairie leading Edgewood 22-7. So now, Dennis, we talked about it at halftime. Sauk Prairie here, they were sitting in the playoff matrix at a 4 seed. I have a feeling if they, with this win, this could bump them up potentially to being a 3 seed.
Yeah, what this is going to do is that Tier 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So this is they're going to beat a team that's got 8 wins. So that's going to help you right there. And then again, anytime you get a win, now that's a Division 3 opponent, so it's not as many points as you would get in Division 1. But still, that could jump them up. Right now, they're seated 15th. They're just behind Reedsburg and Merrill and Lakeland. So, yeah, a couple of spots. Could they jump up to number 12? See what happens with Merrill and Reedsburg and then Lakeland. Those are the 3 teams keeping them from a 3 seed.
And that's where I love that we've gone to this new playoff matrix. One of the assistant coaches here at Edgewood, Andy Lavoie, was the one that took this. This was from a Ohio system that they use in that state for their high school playoffs. So since week 5, we've had the playoff matrix to be able to look at, see exactly where teams are. We know exactly where the cutoff line is. You and I have been able to do bubble watch and talk about that, which has been an absolute blast. Hopefully the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers, they were the 31st team in Division 2.
Sweating out that one tonight with Plymouth.
Which, pulling that up right now to see if we can get a score on that game. So again, would love to see our friends up at Daily Dodge. Oh my goodness, Dennis. Beaver Dam's only down by 1 point with 53 seconds left to go in that game.
Oh.
So we'll be keeping our eyes on that game.
Yes.
As Sauk's down inside 2 minutes to go in this one, up 20-7 on Edgewood. It's another handoff to Gibbs. This time he is met in the backfield, spun down for no gain. And Edgewood takes a timeout. That is their first time out for the Crusaders. And again, all timeouts this year on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania are brought to you by Madison College. Madison College has been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across South Central Wisconsin, including 3 right here in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. Minute 40 to go, 20-7.
Smiles on the faces of the coaches on the Sauk sideline. Starting to give each other hugs.
It is starting to set in, and the realization of a conference championship for the Sauk Prairie Eagles is coming to life as Hermsdorf will be in the pistol. He's going to pitch it to Gibbs. Gibbs turning upfield, and such a heady play by the senior running back. Slides down instead of going out of bounds to force the clock.
You going to measure?
Yeah, they're going to measure, so the clock does stop here for the measurement.
Here's the other thing. I think Mount Horeb-Barneveld was cheering for Sauk tonight because that keeps their streak of conference titles intact, even though it's a shared title.
And it is a first down, so that'll get the clock running then. And Dennis, you and I have talked to Brent St. Arnold a few times here. I feel like that'll be one we can kind of joke around with him. Well, it's kind of an asterisk because you did tie for it. Even though they're not going to care in Mount Horeb at all.
No, not at all.
One of our producers, Owen Dimfel, played football at Mount Horeb-Barneveld, so I'm sure he won't care at all as that streak stays alive for the Vikings of Mount Horeb-Barneveld. Hermsdorf, a pitch to the right, fumbled for a moment by Gibbs, but it bounced right back into his hands. Keeps the clock going inside a minute to go. Now, Dennis, on the other sideline here for the Edgewood Crusaders, this loss does hurt, as they were the number 4 team in the matrix coming into this week, so that will probably push them down to the what would be the grouping for the 2 seed then. But 2 seeds, again, they make it to state all the time. It's not like your season's completely over. So we have a Gatorade bath coming from the sideline here, or about to come from Randy Wallace. He's trying to run away from it, and he just takes it. As the Sauk Prairie Eagles kneel the ball down, and for the first time in 44 years, the Sauk Prairie Eagles win a conference championship.
Never say die. Great high school football game tonight. Hermsdorf had just a little bit more than Bagstead did from the quarterback standpoint, but you look at what the defense for Sauk did, and offensively being able to grind out. That third quarter was huge, so a 21-3 play edge, and that was the turning point there. They were able to come out, and they didn't score on their first possession, but got a fumble off of a muff on a punt, and then they're able to punch it in on their second time. So, and there we go in the students.
Yep, the student section storming the field for Sauk Prairie as they win their first conference title in 44 years. The last time Sauk Prairie won a conference title was 1981.
So from Coach Sowals's first year, 0-9 to 2-7 to 4-5 to 5-5. 7-2, and are going to get to host a home playoff game.
Yes, the progress that Coach Wallace has shown at Sauk Prairie has just been awesome. And this team, I mean, we saw it here tonight. They can run the ball with Hermsdorf at quarterback. He keeps plays alive so many times to be able to let his receivers have time to get open. So the O-line, too, for then Sauk, they don't necessarily have to block quite as long in moments, but this is one of those teams where, they might get up to that 3 line, otherwise they'll probably be sitting at the 4. They're going to be a dangerous team that can make a deep run in the playoffs.
And this was a smart move last week. After the Portage game, which they won, they knew they needed to win back-to-back games to put themselves in position tonight. Quarterback Caden Hermsdorf took a shot to the knee. Last week they said, let's give the sophomore Drew Thompson a chance.
Yep.
That worked a year ago when Nolan Schultz, the quarterback, got hurt. Hermsdorf got in there for one start. So now you kind of see, so next year I know Thompson will have a shot with another sophomore. But again, they held him out for that game and brought him back. He looked very mobile tonight. It took some major hits, but again, what can you say about the senior group for here? Coach Wallace said he'd like the day when they have 20 to 25 seniors. They had 11, and boy, every one of them major contributors to this effort tonight. And for Edgewood, a great season, 8 wins in a row. It gets snapped here at the end. Now that's their motivation, a little chip on their shoulder. 2 years in a row, these teams have met with something major on the line. Last year was to go to the playoffs, and Edgewood lost out, but then ended up getting in on a fluke the next time. This time they're going for a conference title, and Sauk again prevails. So this is becoming a pretty good rivalry, and they're both going to be in the Badger Small next year.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, this has suddenly turned into a great rivalry here in the area for high school football, as again the Sauk Prairie Eagles winning their first conference title in 44 years, the last time coming in 1981. We're going to take a short break. We'll let the dean tabulate all of the stats. We'll look back at this game. We'll also look ahead a little bit to the playoffs as, again, the Sauk Prairie Eagles winning 20-7 over the Edgewood Crusaders here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
(20-7), the final score. The Sauk Prairie Eagles taking down the Edgewood Crusaders, ending Edgewood's undefeated season in the last week of the regular season, and more importantly for Sauk Prairie and their fans and the community, winning their first conference title in football in 44 years. The last time they won a title, again, in 1981. So like you said, Dennis, pregame, I mean, definitely none of these players were born. Most of these players' parents maybe were born the last time Sauk Prairie won a conference title in football.
Yeah, the big factor tonight was they were able to run the ball, 38 carries, 237 yards. Edgewood, on the other hand, 19 for 74. And we saw in that third quarter where Sauk, and in the first half, we talked about they had the ball, they only got 2 field goals out of it. Well, they were able to turn it into 2 touchdowns in the second half. That was the big factor. And Gibbs finished up the night with 179 yards, 22 carries, 179 was his final. And Hermsdorf was 10 of 49. On the other hand, for Edgewood, Bagstad, quarterback, 11 for 28. So Sauk was able to neutralize his running ability. Carter Soma led them with 7 for 49. The other big stat was Ben Morey, 3 catches, 11 yards, came in averaging almost 27 yards a catch. So you can see who they focused on. They were able to shut Morey down. Kelly had a great game, 4 for 54 and a touchdown. But in the end, it was the defense and the fact that Sauk was able to play mistake-free football for the most part. They had some penalties, but did not turn the ball over. On the other hand, Edgewood lost a fumble and an interception. The last one just iced it. But that muff punt, that fumbled punt, that was a big factor. That gave us a second chance, and that gave them the touchdown that put them ahead for good.
It definitely did. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're also brought to you by the Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, and they have you covered with their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Skip the emergency room circus and get expert care from the pros who know sports injuries. Walk in any Saturday from 9 to 11:30 a.m. at their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Well, Dennis, it is now time, as it always is in our post-game show, for us to name our Pizza Hut player of the game.
No one outpizzas the Hut, and no one outperformed this player tonight. The player of the game is presented by Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Dennis, I didn't ask you about this one in the break because I felt like it was a pretty easy one to come up with.
So, who is it?
I mean, it's Wyatt Gibbs. He had a 52-yard touchdown run to seal their school's first football conference championship in 44 years.
Honorable mention goes to Caleb Brynick, put a couple of kickoffs in the end zone, 2 field goals. But when you rush for a career-best 179 yards, after rushing for 137 last week he had a 73-yard touchdown run. This one, the 52, that one is that broke the back. Hermsdorf had given him a 3-yard touchdown run to give him the lead, but any chance that Edgewood had was gone after Gibbs. And then they handed him the ball in the last few drives, and I love these slides so the clock runs out. So he would have been 181, he ends up going under because he took a 2-yard loss on that play. But smart football. Defensively, what can you say about, in the secondary? Brian Brynick had another great game for him, but Yingsdale Chappie, Levy, number 19, 3 breakups. He's the one that helped shut down him and Devin Bell, the safety, helped shut Ben Morey down tonight, which was a big factor. And then the front, it's a pretty experienced front of Jake Buckles and Riley Jadek and the 2 ends. And then Caleb Chetwood had a nice night, number 17, the defensive tackle. Another guy to keep an eye on. He started last year as a freshman, sophomore Jamison Llewellyn. He'll be the one to take up the gauntlet from Jadek and Buckles after they graduate.
Again, our Pizza Hut player of the game, Wyatt Gibbs, the senior running back for the Sauk Prairie Eagles. He delivered the Eagles to their first conference title in 44 years, and Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with their big dinner box. Just $19.99. That's 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed the whole team for one unbeatable price. Head to one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Feed good times. Only at Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania.
Hey, where's our pizza? The ladies didn't come through again. That was a one-time shot, huh?
Yeah, that was a one-time thing, us getting pizza delivered. Maybe in the playoffs I can swing something and we can get some pizza delivered to us into the booth.
Well, historic night here at historic Bree Stevens Field for Sauk Prairie to get their first conference, a share of their first conference title. Remember, Edgewood still gets a share of it, and Mount Horeb-Barneveld, but it's the old, Mount Horeb-Barneveld beat Sauk beat Edgewood beat Mount Horeb-Barneveld.
Yep.
There's your 3-way tie.
It is a 3-way tie for the Badger Small, but it doesn't feel like a tie for a conference title if you're a Sauk Prairie fan here this evening, as again the Sauk Prairie Eagles
Especially
winning.
because you're one to get it.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Now, Dennis, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., our brackets will finally be unveiled. We've been talking a ton about it with the new playoff matrix. So before we let everybody go, a couple of key scores that I know we were keeping our eye on. One, I saw your friend Rob Reichel was over at the Muskego-McWanago game. Jesse Nelson's alma mater, Muskego, was up 35-14 late in that game. So looking like Muskego is going to win the Classic 8 title this year. Another game, though, that just went final as we were finishing up. Plymouth 27, the number 10 team in our medium school poll, took down Beaver Dam 26. So 27-26. Beaver Dam falls to Plymouth. But we did the math and did the looking on the Bubble Watch segment in PrepMania Weekly. Beaver Dam's still a chance to get in because of some of the teams that were there behind them that we maybe don't expect to get wins here tonight to leapfrog them potentially. So the Golden Beavers could still get into the postseason. We'll have to see tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Selection Saturday.
Yes.
Just like the NBA Selection Sunday for the college. The guys will be on the edge of their seats. And that's where Edgewood found itself last year.
Yep.
The coach calls them in on Saturday, and they were going, what's wrong? He goes, guys, we're in the playoffs. They thought they were eliminated. And then as an 8 seed, they almost beat Aquinas. So now, hey, it's one and done time. Doesn't matter what your record was, whatever, as long as you're still playing. That's why I say when the Brewers are struggling, they go, yeah, but the Cubs and Phillies are done.
Exactly.
So you always say, yeah, as long as you keep going, it's that one and done mentality. And again, we talked about this the last couple of weeks, including on the show, that having a game like this before the playoffs is huge.
Oh, so big. Even for Edgewood, who lost this game. Yeah.
That's going to put a little motivational chip on their shoulder because now they're going to want to say, okay, we can redeem ourselves.
This also felt like a playoff game.
And it did.
The atmosphere, how tight this game was, every play mattered here tonight. That's big for even the losing team like Edgewood to just get that mentality, feel what a game is like that. Put things on tape then that they're like, okay, we know where we have some issues here against another playoff team, a quality team that you're going to be seeing in Level 2, Level 3, like Sauk Prairie. So this is still big for Edgewood for learning and growing, and I still think Edgewood is one of the favorites in the division to be able to get to Camp Randall, and I still think everything is still ahead of them because, like you said, everybody's 0-0 going into the playoffs.
Well, we thought we had 2 back-to-back games. Unfortunately, Middleton just blew out West last night.
Yeah, Middleton showed that they might be in for a deep run in the playoffs with the way they played last night. But, Dennis, we won't know who is in, who is out until tomorrow morning. You and I will announce the game that we will be calling on Level 1 for the playoffs for our Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania coverage tomorrow or a Monday night, as we will be live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studio just across the street here from Breese Stevens Field. That'll be 8 to 10 p.m.
Right,
we will announce that game that we will be covering for Level 1 on Monday night. So you're going to want to tune into the ESPN Madison YouTube channel for that. Smash that subscribe button, and then that way you'll get notifications whenever our account goes live, and you won't miss where we'll be. You won't miss the game next week, as we will have coverage of all 4 levels of playoffs, covering area teams. Even if the area teams are all out, we'll travel over to the Milwaukee area like we did last year for Muskego-McWanago in Level 4, and we're going to have all 7 state championship games, so you'll want to stay tuned to our social media accounts at ESPN Madison for that, as well as our ESPN Madison YouTube, as we're just getting started with our high school football coverage, as there's still 5 weeks left until state. Plenty to get to still. We are going to say goodbye here from Breese Stevens Field. For the Dean Dennis Summerall, I'm Hunter Vaughn. Thank you to our video producer, Pablo Iglesias, for getting us on YouTube and making everything look and sound good this evening. And thank you for tuning in, as this has been Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.